You ready for the high video?
Yeah, knock it out.
Yes.
All right, welcome back to Joe Renfro Stadium here in Raymond as we get set for kickoff. Game one of the season here tonight, the HINDS Eagles and the ITAWAMBA Indians. The Eagles won the toss, and they've elected to receive the football to start the game. Eagles are wearing their maroon tops here tonight with the white numbers and the white stripes on the shoulder, gray pants and gray helmets. Here they come out onto Gene Murphy Field, natural grass surface here at HINDS Community College, and I think it's going to be chewed up a little bit by the time this evening is over. The ITAWAMBA Indians wearing their white jerseys with the dark numbers, blue pants, and the white helmets. Crowd still filing into the stadium, and I think maybe the rain may keep some folks away here tonight, but if you're maybe watching, consider it's just a drizzle. You know, unless you're made out of sugar, and probably not, you're not going to melt, so come on out and enjoy the football game with us. But if you have a chance to watch this evening, we invite you to enjoy the ball game along with us. Up front for the HINDS Eagles, it will be Gerald Woods, Tyrone Butler, Willie Casey, Saquon Miles, and the center is Cameron Williams. 4 wide receivers listed among the starters for the Eagles: Trey Henderson, Jamonte Wallace, T.D. Vaughn, and Tyrell Pollard. Starting running backs Julius Bradley, and the quarterback's going to be Nasir Donahue, a sophomore from Quitman, Arkansas. Quitman High School in Quitman, Arkansas. Give you the Eagles starting defense when they get on the field for their first defensive drive of the ball game, and we'll look towards the Indians on defense when we see them take the field here in just a second. Again, the Eagles 3-6 last year, and they lost their last 3 ball games of the season. After a 2-2 start, they finished 1-4. Meanwhile, the Indians last year started 0-4, finished 3-2, but they went back and forth trading wins and losses at the end of the season. And each team trying to get off on the right foot here tonight. Several games in the Community College Conference tonight, including Colin at Coahoma, East Central at Northeast, Holmes at Southwest, Gulf Coast at East Mississippi, Mississippi Delta's at Jones, and Pearl River is at Northwest. So full slate of action here tonight. And we're going to go from Raymond. Tee it up at the 35-yard line. And the Eagles will set to receive this kick. Deep men back at the 5. Carson Langford out of Saltillo, Mississippi, is the kicker for the Indians. They're led by second-year head coach Travis Macon. Larry Williams in his 7th year as the head coach here at HINDS. Back deep is Trey Henderson and Jamonte Wallace. 2 good returners from last year's Eagles squad. Back this season for their 2nd year in Raymond. And we are underway for the 2024 season. The kickoff will go back to the 2-yard line, taken by Wallace. Wallace up the hash marks on the right side as a flag comes in from the back judge.
Jamonte
we'll see what the penalty marker is all about. The return goes to the
20 yards on the return.
Yard line.
There is a flag on the play.
One play, one penalty, and the officials will huddle up and see what this flag's going to be all about. You know, we did have some heavier rain before the game and a couple of lightning strikes as well. We thought we might have a delay in starting this game, but that is not the case. Starting on time here this evening. Line side block against the Indians is the call, so that's a 15-yard penalty. I beg your pardon, it's going to be against the Eagles. The official had taken the football and brought it out to where the flag was thrown. I thought he was marking it off the other way, but they'll go back the other way. This will be against the Eagles. So they'll be backed up deep inside their own territory to start this ball game. It's probably one of those things, Charlie, you're eager to get going for the season, and those kind of things are going to happen.
Obviously, first game of the year, you got to expect mistakes, but not what you want if you're HINDS to start off on the 6-yard line. You're kind of forced into now a run situation.
So on 1st and 10, the handoff's going to go to the running back, Julius Bradley, and Bradley Gets just a few yards out to the 15-yard line.
Julius Bradley
Not a
on the carry
4-yard
for
gain.
the
We'll say
Eagles.
second down and a long 6. Bradley, a newcomer to the team, is a freshman out of Heidelberg High School in Heidelberg, Mississippi. He'll stay in the backfield here. The Eagles will send 2 receivers out wide to the left side and 1 to the right. Tight end on the left side. There's movement along the line, and the Indians will get the penalty called on them. Eli Williams, the defensive tackle, 310 out of Tallahassee, reached up and popped Cameron Williams, the Eagles center. So from 2nd and 6 to about 2nd and 1.
What I love about Williams there, certainly sold that one.
After the penalty,
saw him hit the deck there pretty hard.
We'll go to 2nd down 1 from the 20-yard line. The Eagles moving right to left to start this ball game, and a delayed handoff. Get some, looks to be a first down. They needed 1. They got 2 yards on the running play. They'll move the chains as the new line of scrimmage will be near the 22-yard line, and the Eagles have a first down.
Tackled by Jaden Walker.
A minute gone by here in the football game.
Gain of about 2 yards.
Eagles on their opening drive.
That's a first down.
And it's 1st and 10.
Eagles.
From their own 22. Again, 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Quarterback's going to roll out near side. Donahue throws on the run and throws it out of bounds. The first pass attempt goes
incomplete.
And that was really good coverage there from the Indians. It was a designed rollout to one of your 2 wideouts, and both of them locked up, had to throw it away.
That's a difficult throw for any quarterback to make. Right-handed quarterback running to his left. Awkward throw, and he just didn't get anything on it. 2nd down 10 now for the Eagles. Line of scrimmage is the 22. And this also will be a handoff to Bradley right between the tackles, and maybe got a couple of yards out to the 25. So 3rd down and long coming up for the Eagles.
On the carry for the Eagles.
Charlie, this was a real sore spot for this Eagles squad last year. They were only 32% on 3rd downs in 2023. They just couldn't stay on the field a whole lot.
And 7 yards to go.
Yeah, that's something that's going to wear out your defense as well. I mean, the later you get in games, the longer the defense has been on the field, the more frustrating it becomes.
The line to gain is the 32. Donahue's going to scramble out right side, pressured, and he goes out of bounds. I don't think he got there.
Nazir Donahoe on the carry for the Eagles.
He did not get there. Didn't get close to getting there. So it's going to be 4th down. And it looks like the kicking unit is going to be sent onto the field. So after 1 first down pickup, the Eagles will turn the ball over.
39 punting.
12:43 to play here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game.
For the Eagles is Wyatt Salter.
Wyatt Salter will line up to punt it away. He's a freshman from Brandon High School. He stands back at the 10. Snap is away. He is hit, and no flag. And the punt is away, and it will roll dead down to the opposite 33-yard line. It looked like maybe his own player got pushed into him. He's all right. And so we've got a timeout on the field with 12:17 to play here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. We'll take a quick break, and Hinds football will continue in a moment.
Incomplete.
12:14 to play in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. The Itawamba Indians have their first possession now. And Ty Davis, a sophomore quarterback from right there in Fulton, Mississippi, throws an incomplete pass on first down. So it's 2nd down 10 now for the Indians with 2 receivers right, 1 to the left side. And it'll be a straight handoff to the running back. The Eagles sniff that one out. And it'll be no gain, setting up 3rd down 10 for Itawamba. Ball carrier there was
Jalen Foster on the carry for Itawamba. No gain on the play.
Jalen Foster out of Greenwood, South Carolina, redshirt freshman. 3rd down 10. Guy to gain for the Indians is the 43. 2 receivers to either side. Davis from the shotgun with Foster to his right. 4 down lineman on a 4-3 defensive unit for the Hinds Eagles. 3rd down 10 from the 33, and I think they ran out of time. Penalty marker comes down, and it will be a delay of game against the Indians. And Charlie, it did look like they were having trouble getting the right play call in.
Yeah, I just look confused out there. And, I mean, the first 2 plays of the game, you throw an incompletion and then get stuffed. A little bit of confusion out there for the ITAWAMBA offense. So
after the penalty,
dream of a better start if you're Hinds and get the stop on 3rd down, give the ball right back to your offense.
15 yards to go.
The penalty call was a false start, not a delay of game. So 3rd and 15 either way. Davis, 3-step drop, looking left, throwing, pass caught, running back out of the backfield is nailed immediately. An outstanding play by the Eagle defender. That is Jalen McCroy, sophomore out of Shaw, Mississippi, Cleveland Central High School. And he limits him to get the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. So 4th and 10.
That's a really nice job there from McCroy. That is a one-on-one open field tackle.
Jalen McCroy on the coverage
right
for
before
the Eagles.
the line of scrimmage, too. So a great job by him. Gets this Hinds team off the field.
So on 4th and 10, the Indians will punt the football away. Carson Langford out of Saltillo is the punter. And he'll take the snap and get the kick away unmolested, an end over end, and it will be a fair catch at the 34-yard line for Jamonte Wallace. And that is where the Eagles will start 1st and 10. 10:37 to play in the first quarter. Hinds
32
nothing.
yards on
ITAWAMBA
the
nothing.
return.
On the opening night of the 2024 season, it's a muggy night, but the rain earlier and the cloud covers made it pretty comfortable if you're sitting outside. Usually you play football games in August and September. Even if you start at 6:30 like we did, you're going to swelter for a while, but not so much here tonight.
9 now the running back.
A good crowd is gathered here in Raymond. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles on their second drive. They got 1 first down on the opening drive and did not get into ITAWAMBA territory. 1st and 10 here for the Eagles from their own 34-yard line. And it's going to be Donahue on the handoff straight ahead. That O-line gives running back a little room. Out to the 39-yard line goes Jamarian Johnson.
Jamarian Johnson on the carry for the Eagles.
Johnson, a sophomore out of DeSoto Central High School in the great city of Nesbitt, Mississippi.
Tackled by J.D. Methvin.
Second down 5 after a 5-yard gain. The Eagles going a little hurley up here. And a delayed handoff. And this time the Indians are right there to get the man in the backfield at the 36-yard line. Johnson on the carry. And I believe that was Colin Dunn, redshirt freshman out of Tuscaloosa, on the tackle for ITAWAMBA. So 3rd and 7.
Alex Larry on the tackle for ITAWAMBA.
You can already see how this Hinds team wants to play tonight. Several handoffs up the middle. They're going to try and run this ball quite a lot tonight, and they found a bit of success early on. We've switched the running back to Johnson. He's going to go to the air here, though.
Donahue rolls out right side on 3rd and 7. Past the line of scrimmage, runs out of bounds at the 41, so he's shy of the line to gain. Good coverage of him to be downfield. Had 3 wide to the left. He rolled out right, looking down the far sideline, and just nobody there.
Yeah, ITAWAMBA defense been a really nice job staying disciplined when Hinds has dropped back to throw. I haven't really seen the quarterback miss anything, just really good coverage up top.
Result of the play is a 1-yard gain. It will be 4th down.
So 4th down and a long 6, so the Eagles will punt it away once more.
Wyatt Salter
is on to do the punting. Will be his second punt of the night. Line of scrimmage here is the 38. And a good kick away. Nice high end over end. Bounces at the 30. Takes an eagle roll all the way inside the 15 and all the way down to the 11-yard line. That's about a 50-yard kick for Salter.
51.
And ITAWAMBA will start their second drive backed up deep with 9:19 to play in the first quarter. No score
will begin the drive
in the ball game.
10 at their own 11-yard line.
Hunters can be unsung heroes of football games. We've now seen him come out twice. 2 incredibly solid punts. Puts the ITAWAMBA offense back in their own 11. That changes the mentality when they hit the field. It just gives the Hinds defense a bit more confidence.
But they are coming back for halftime.
So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Davis pulls it down. Quick throw left side. Pass is caught by Chris Reed, sophomore wide receiver out of Orlando, Florida. And he gets yardage after the catch along the far sideline.
Davis's pass is
and
complete.
runs out of bounds. Looks like around the 20, so he got about a 9-yard pickup there. Let's see where they spot the football. They're going to back it up. They say he ran out of bounds way back at the 16. So a gain of 5, second down 5 now for the Indians, moving left to right here in the first half. And this will be a handoff, inside handoff, down to the 21-yard line as a penalty marker comes in. I believe that was 20, Jalen Sultan out of South Haven.
Jalen Sultan on the carry for Itawamba. There is a flag
penalty
on the
marker
play.
looks like this one may be, well, initially I thought it's going to be against the Indians. They were going to walk it back, but that's not the case. It's against the Eagles for a face mask. And so this will give Itawamba their first down of the night. You know, talking about the punting game, Charlie, when you've got two teams that like to run the football like this, it makes the punter even more valuable if he can give them good field
After
position.
the penalty, it will be first.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I mean,
10
if you
for
can bury a
Itawamba at
team
their own
deep in their
36-yard
own half,
line.
it's incredibly frustrating because it forces you to run the ball. And these are two teams that run the ball a lot, but it just makes it even easier for the defense.
Pass far side caught by Chris Reed as he eludes one defender and gets inside Hines territory across the 45-yard line and across the 40 and all the way down to
Gain of about 20
actually down to
yards
the
on the play.
44-yard
First and
line.
10 from the Eagles' 44.
So first and 10 from the Eagle 44. Quick toss left side goes to Reed, and he's down the left sideline. It looks like the Indians may have found a little something there.
Davis's pass.
Yeah, you've seen them run this
incomplete
screen pass
to
now. I
Reed.
think that was the third time. 5 yards to start, about 15 the
Tackled
second
by
time,
Trey
another 7
McRae.
there. So I
9
think we're going to be
yards on
seeing
the
this
play,
quite a
second
lot.
and
You can
one.
see
I
them
always
going
wanted to
in
be a
the
nurse,
Be surprised to
so-
see it again here.
Second and 1, handoff, and straight ahead. The running back slowed down, but the pile's going to get him the first down yardage. Devarick Woods, the defensive end for the Eagles out of Bossier City, Louisiana, got to him in the backfield, but he's able to slip past, and it's first down pickup for the Indians. No score, 7.5 to play in the first quarter. Indians send 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right.
Tackle for the Eagles, first and 10.
Running back to the left of Ty Davis, the quarterback, who turns and hands it off. It is Sultan on the carry between the tackles down to the 31. Limited
Sultan
yardage, second
again
and
on
long
the
coming
carry.
up.
You can see they're having a bit of trouble trying to go up the middle here, and they've found some success with the screen pass. I like to see them
Carver
try
again on the
maybe
tackle for the Eagles
handing
after
the
a gain
ball
of
off
about 3
outside.
yards.
See if they can get something
So
going.
he's not 92. He's
On
91.
second and 7, they're going to go between the tackles again. And about 4 yards or so makes it third down and
Jalen
3.
Sultan is the ball carrier for Itawamba.
Looks like somebody lost a helmet. One of the Eagles did. That's Tommy Kelly, the linebacker. He has to come off for just a moment for
Gain
at
of
least
about
one
3
play.
yards. It will be third down and 3 yards to go.
He'll get back in there momentarily. I believe I see 30 Andrew Tate go in to replace him. Third down and 3 coming up. Not 30, but 33. Thomas Murphy, the linebacker from Tri-County. Third down 3 for the Indians. Line to gain is the 24. As they look to move the ball into the red zone, and between the tackles, the running play to the 25,
Who's
and he
on
didn't
tackle?
get there. I don't think. Fourth down.
Yeah, I think they're going to spot him 2
Sultan
yards
again
short
on the
here.
carry.
Sultan just got hit early on. Just
Gain of
couldn't
about
quite
2 yards.
sneak forward like he did in that last
Devarick Woods on the
play,
tackle
excuse
for the
me.
Eagles. It will be fourth
Down, they're going to go
and
for
1
it.
yard
Fourth
to go.
down and a yard. Ty Davis with a running back to his right. The snap is made. That's a false start. He's going to throw to the right corner of the end zone. It is tipped. It is incomplete. None of the linemen moved. But the
Davis's
quarterback
pass is incomplete.
had the snap from the
Intended
center,
for Zay
and the penalty
Davis.
marker comes
There is a
in,
flag
and
on
the
the play.
officials will give us the indication here. Offsides against the Eagles. A little free play. Davis trying to take advantage of it. He couldn't connect, but that gets him a first down.
And to be furious there if you're the Eagles. Just didn't stay
The
disciplined.
result of the penalty is a first down for Itawamba.
Jump offside and yeah,
First
that's gonna really
and 10
infuriate
from the
this coaching
Eagles'
staff.
20-yard line.
To the 20-yard line go the Indians, first and 10 for Itawamba. No score. We're at 5:47 to play in the first. Running play slipping to the outside. It's Jalen Foster. And he's inside
The ball carrier
the
is Jalen
20 down to about
Foster.
the 16, I believe. We'll say a second down 6 coming up for Itawamba.
Gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Well, the Indians with a sustained drive here that started back at their 11-yard line. Moving the football down the field. Use the far sideline effectively, now going between the tackles, and we've got a whistle. And we've got a timeout with 2nd down and 6 coming up. 5:34 to play in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. We'll take a break, and Eagles football will continue in a moment.
I always wanted to be a nurse, so just being in nursing school and fulfilling that later in life. I'm older. I'm one of the older students, not that old, but I'm one of the older students. It was just time to do it. My kids are older. I put that on the back burner so I could raise them. Now it's time for me. So just being able to feel like welcome, that I can go to any classmate, even people that I don't know are always willing to help. And you just don't find that everywhere.
HINDS and ITAWAMBA in the season opener, no score. We're at 5:34 to play in the first quarter. This drive for ITAWAMBA started at their own 11. And they're down to the Eagles 16. 2nd down, 6 for the Indians. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. He comes in motion to the near side. And he's the recipient of the pass off of his fingertips. And incomplete. The intended receiver was Chris Reed. It looked like, Charlie, you may have seen that defensive back coming up. He really wasn't interested in reaching for that football.
Yeah, sometimes there's really just no point in making that catch if you're about to get laid out in the backfield. And so, almost a high IQ play there to not lose any more yards than you'd need to.
So an incomplete pass makes it 3rd down, 6 for ITAWAMBA. Line to gain for the first down is the 10. 2 receivers to the short side of the field, off to the left, 1 to the wide to the right, 2 in the backfield, faking the handoff. Davis looking to throw, left side got a man there, and he overshot him. Intended for Jalen Foster, the running back out of the backfield, and he would have had a first down.
Yeah, he might have had a first down more. He was very wide open. Wouldn't have been surprised to see him sneak into the end zone there, but just an overthrow from Ty Davis.
So the Indians are going to try to put 3 points on the scoreboard here. Eli Burciaga is the kicker, a freshman of Corinth, Mississippi. And he is going to attempt a 33-yard field goal from the left hash mark. No breeze to speak of here tonight. There's the snap. There's the hold. The kick is away. It has the length. And it is no good, off to the left side. So an 89-yard drive, well, the drive that started at the 11-yard line on the other end of the field anyway, comes up empty for Itawamba. That's got to be pretty frustrating for the Indians. They had a chance there, but to their credit, the Eagles' defense, once the Indians got in the red zone, kind of stiffened up a little bit.
Yeah, finally kind of found themselves in the last bit of the drive there, did the Eagles. But that's what you need to see early on in the drive. You got to stay disciplined. There are a few times where they had them, and just a couple costly penalties. And if you're Itawamba, you're going to be very upset you couldn't put some points on the board there.
So the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. Pass out of the flat is caught by Jamonte Wallace. To give you an idea of how the Eagles relied so heavily on the running game last year, not the passing game, Wallace is one of the leading receivers, I should say, on this team, and he only caught 3 passes last year. Only a 1-yard gain there. 2nd down 9 coming up for the Eagles. And they'll turn and hand it off straight ahead down to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line.
All right, let's go. Ready, here it comes.
Bradley on the carry. Good blocking along the way by Cameron Williams, the center. 3rd down and 5 coming up for HINDS. Line to gain to convert this 3rd down is the 30. Donahue turns it over, fires over the middle, got a man there. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Makes a man miss. Down to the 49 goes T.D. Vaughn. And the Eagles convert down to midfield. 1st down, HINDS.
Yeah, just a great throw there from Donahue. Caught him in stride, and T.D. is able to take it up to about 10 more yards after the catch. So really nice play there from Hines. Go to the air, get rewarded.
1st and 10. Handoff coming near side. It's Bradley. Down to the 50, and that's it. 2nd down and 8 coming in. Going back to the catch by Vaughn. He's at 6'4". He's their biggest receiver. And he did a nice reach up. Make that catch. Sometimes you just need to just complete a pass. Just show that, hey, we can move the ball through the air and give you a little momentum. And that's exactly what the Eagles have done. Now it's 2nd down and 8. Line of scrimmage is the 50. 2 receivers check that 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Donahue turns it over, stays the pocket, now flushed out of the run, coming near side. To the 45, down to the 41. That'll be enough for the 1st down. That's a nice scramble by the Eagles quarterback.
That's a few times he scrambled the ball tonight, and there's been a couple times he tried to do it on 3rd down, hasn't quite been able to convert, but I like it. He's really quick. And so certainly like to see him scramble a bit more tonight. Maybe not on 3rd down or 3rd and long, but in plays like that.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the ITAWAMBA 42. This time the Eagles hand it off. Jamarian Johnson is crushed immediately. Nice stop there by Tony Lucius, sophomore out of Starkville High School. Defensive lineman for the Indians.
Yeah, and the O-line just collapsed on him there. He had never had a chance to find the gap.
Some big guys up front for the Indians on that defensive line. Loss of a yard, 2nd down, 11. Donahue to throw left side near caught. It's Vaughn. Upended after the catch, down to about the 37. So we're looking at 3rd down, and we'll say 6 for the Eagles.
So they gave him a catch there. He must have dropped it after his knee hit the
I think
grass.
So. Yeah, they move him down to the 37. We'll say 3rd and 5 officially as we come upon 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. Eagles driving. Donahue drops back under some pressure. Rolls out right side, still under pressure. Throw to the run, got a man wide open. It is caught along the far side by the running back, Jamonte Wallace, who will prance into the end zone for the touchdown. What a great scramble by Donahue, and a great job by Wallace to get open. 37 yards, and the Eagles strike first.
That is unreal from Donahue. That is a very, very nice job. We talked about his scrambling just a second ago. I thought he was about to get sacked in the backfield for about a 5-yard loss. Finds his way to the outside and makes a beautiful little throw on his right hand. Just a great play for Hines. They found an identity in the throwing game tonight.
Point after try is coming. Tanner Hollingsworth kicks it up and through. 1:50 to play in the first quarter. Eagles are on the board. It's Hines 7, ITAWAMBA nothing. Yeah, he's wide open on that catch. Just a really good job by Wallace to give his quarterback some time. That's what you want receivers to do. If you're covered on the initial step, on the initial move downfield, you got to find some green.
Yeah, and you can see exactly what he was trying to do there. Just makes his way outside of the line, and the minute the defensive back runs off him, starts to streak down the field, and just a great throw there from Donahue to find him.
It's a 37-yard touchdown reception. Told you that the Eagles had only 3 touchdown catches all of last year, one of which was against ITAWAMBA. Tyrell Pollard caught a touchdown pass last year against the Indians. It was a game that the Indians won 26-14 here in Raymond. That was week 7 of the regular season. But the Eagles are on the board first here tonight, 7-0. And now ITAWAMBA will get the football back. And the kickoff end over end will be taken around the 15-yard line by Tyron Mosley. And Mosley's return only to about the 23. Mosley, a freshman out of Kosciuszko, Mississippi. And the Eagles will start at the, let's see where they spot the football officially. Toss the ball around a bit and put it down to the 23. Minute 43 to play in the first. 7-0 Eagles, the score. Remember, last time the Indians started at their own 11, bogged down to the red zone, missed a field goal try. And Ty Davis will bring his team back out on the field for their third drive of the game. He'll toss left side. Pass is caught by the back out of the backfield. That is Zay Davis out of Rienzi, Mississippi, in Biggersville High School. He makes the catch. Again, they go back to that left side, trying to get room down the sideline. And it is going to be a gain of only a yard. 2nd down, 9 coming up.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was, but one of the HINDS defenders there, I thought he was beat, and he managed to reach in there and get about a 9-yard saving tackle.
Draw, big running play up the middle. That's Michael Allen out of South Panola High School. And he's down to the 36-yard line. The hole opened up very quickly for Allen. And a first down pickup for Itawamba to the 37. They'll go no huddle with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And it's Allen again trying to slip past the line. He's down to the 42-yard line. Derek Davis, sophomore from Carthage, on the tackle for the Eagles, I should say. A gain there of about 5 yards. So 2nd down and 5 coming up for Itawamba.
Michael Allen, 5'9", 190. That is a powerful running back.
Yes.
You just watched him in not this last run, but the one before that. That was a huge hit.
2nd down, 5 for the Indians. And they'll feed him again. And he slips past the line. He's down to the 50 and has a first down. He's also getting some nice holes up front to run through on this drive.
Yeah, the O-line doing a really nice job blocking because he's finding the gaps and he's hard to stop once he gets going.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter. After 1, it's HINDS 7, Itawamba nothing. We'll take a timeout. Or will we? The clock hits 0, and now here comes the whistle. So, yes, we will take a timeout. Whether they stop or not, we're going to take one. 7-0 Eagles. Stay with us. Eagles football will continue in just a moment.
I think the biggest reason that I would choose HINDS would be the relationships that you have with your peers. For baseball guys, we stay in the dorm. All of us are together on the 2nd floor. So kind of having that camaraderie really brings us together. Most days we're spending 3, 4, and then when we play games, we're spending 6, 7, 8 hours together. The close friendships that you make, I think it's definitely made an impact on me, and I'm very thankful.
Elite Physical Therapy wishes all the players a healthy and successful football championship season. Elite is proud to serve the local communities with multiple locations providing secure outpatient therapy and sports medicine services. Our centers specialize in post-op rehabilitation, manual therapy, concussion management, and orthopedics, providing patients convenient scheduling and access to care within 24 hours. If you suffer from an injury, visit myelitept.com to find a center near you. That's myelitept.com. Elite Physical Therapy, proud to serve the state of Mississippi.
Reed Vance, Charlie Rook with you from Joe Renfro Stadium here in Raymond, Mississippi, as we get set to start the second quarter, game 1 of the 2024 season. The HINDS Eagles lead the Itawamba Indians 7-0. Donahue to Wallace, 37-yard touchdown catch for Wallace. That's the only score of the ball game. And the Indians will switch around to the 50-yard line, move down to our left, and on 1st and 10, a handoff gets them about 3 yards as once again they hand the ball off to Michael Allen. And another helmet loss, this time by one of the Indians, Andrew Morgan. The tight end will have to step out of the ball game for just a moment.
Not sure if I've ever seen this many helmet losses to open up a game.
2 already. 2nd down, 8 for Itawamba. Penalty marker, and the play will be stopped. It's going to be a false start against the Indians.
I think it's on Chris Reed.
The receiver started upfield, looked like a little too soon. So from 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 13. Eagles have 4 down defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 in the secondary. Tight formation here for the Indians. Two receivers stacked to either side, close to the formation. Second down, 13 here. Davis, the quarterback, quick drop. Has time to throw, but again throws it too high, and then the receiver is punished. Chris Reed, the intended receiver, and he is knocked out of bounds. And a little cat fight maybe breaking out there, but it's broken up very quickly. Walter Owens, the defensive back, hit him out of bounds. When Reed got back up the ground, he kind of reached out and slapped the helmet a little bit, but the officials say, come on, guys. Don't throw a flag. I don't see one anyway.
Yeah, Chris Reed a little upset there. Just definitely got pushed out of bounds, but that's what happens if you don't catch the ball.
It's third down, 13 now, and over on the near sideline, the Hinds coaching staff really hot at the official about something. I don't know, a substitution perhaps. I think he wanted time to make his own sub after Reed, the receiver, had gone out on the far sideline. I think that's what it was about. He was saying, look, I got to have time to get my guy in, and the Eagles wind up having to take a timeout.
Yeah, and you could see a couple of the Eagles trying to sprint off the field before the play got going. Obviously didn't think they were going to get there in time, have to use a timeout, and that will infuriate coaching staff to have to burn one of the three so early in the second quarter.
Larry Williams in his 7th season now as the head coach at Hinds Community College. 33 wins under his belt. And we are ready to go again with 14-13 to play in the second. 7-0 Eagles. 3rd and 13 for ITAWAMBA. The line to gain is the opposite 40. Davis fakes the hands off. Throws right side. Pass is caught. Receiver looking for some running room. And the Eagles get him by his shirt tail, and he's dragged down all the way down to the 41. Going to be shy of the line to gain for the first down with a little extracurricular activity in the defensive backfield. But again, no penalty markers thrown. It's 4th and 1 here if you're ITAWAMBA. And looks like they are going to stay on the field with their offensive unit and go for it. 4th and 2, really.
Yeah, definitely the right call. I was going to say, I don't think there's any point in punting here, and I don't think the kicker is going to make that field goal. So good opportunity for ITAWAMBA here. But what a great reception there. He was hit very early on, managed to drag them to only 2 to go.
A lot of yards after the catch. Michael Allen is the featured running back, and the Indians are going to take a timeout here. So they take a timeout. They want to make sure they've got their act together. We'll take a quick break as well with 13:21 to play in the second. 7-0 Eagles. We'll take a break. Hinds football will continue in a moment.
Mississippians love football, and our high schools throughout Mississippi stay connected with their students, parents, and community by live streaming events, including football through WSN Live. WSN Live provides your school with everything you need for professional and seamless live streams that are easy for students to run. And your fans can watch online from anywhere on any device. With WSN Live, your school gets the right gear, a rock-solid network, and game-time tech support. Learn more at WSNLive.com.
ITAWAMBA facing a 4th and 2 at the Hinds 42-yard line. And they will line up to attempt the 4th down conversion. Again, Michael Allen is the running back to the left of Davis in the backfield. They'll give it to Allen straight ahead, and he did not get there. He only got back to the line of scrimmage. You can really see that one coming. You know, Allen's had great success running between the tackles so far in this game, and the Eagles knew he was going to get the football, and they're able to stop it.
Yeah, great job there from the Eagles, just stacking the box, making it really tough there for Allen. As you just said, he's had a lot of success tonight, and so it was a little almost obvious to the Eagles that that's what the go-to play was going to be, and they, with that timeout, they were prepared for it. So great job by the defense to get off the field.
That's 2 sustained drives for ITAWAMBA here in this ball game that have resulted in no points. The first resulted in a missed field goal, and this one a turnover near midfield. And this is going to be Donahue, who has to try to tuck tail and run, and he's going to be sacked back at the 39-yard line. So second down at about 13 coming up here for the Eagles as they get the football back.
And I think he was looking for Tyrell Pollard there, and I thought he was open to my view. Maybe Donahue saw something different, tried to take off with it, but he's going to get a 3-yard loss.
Second down, 13. Donahue steps back, has some time to throw. Now he's flushed out, being chased, tackled from behind at the 34-yard line. Hot pursuit from the defensive back, Jaden Walker.
And that is a great play from Walker. Definitely not as fast as Donahue, but was able to chase him down, get the ankles, and that's a huge loss.
I said he's a defensive back. He was defensive lineman, the defensive end coming in to make that play, and it is a big loss. All the way back to the 34-yard line, third down and 19. Line to gain is the opposite 48. Donahue looking downfield, being chased, and he's sacked again. This time it is J.D. Methvin, a sophomore defensive lineman out of Starkville High School, and two outstanding defensive plays by ITAWAMBA, and the Eagles get nothing going on this drive.
So the passing game was working for HINDS on that last drive because the O-line was giving him some time to throw the ball. However, this time, ITAWAMBA came out prepared. They brought a blitz, and the O-line turned into Swiss cheese.
All right, so fourth down and a long way to go for the Eagles. Salter comes on to punt the football away for the third time in the game. Good protection, nice high spiral kick, and it will be fair caught at the 40. And ITAWAMBA will start there first and 10. We've got 11:31 remaining in the second quarter. HINDS leads it 7-0. Coming up at the half, we'll have our halftime statistics and some scores from around the conference. Going to be another tough year of football for everybody in this league. Preseason, East Mississippi's number 2 nationally. Northwest is ranked 7th. Gulf Coast is ranked 10th. And Colin is 12th. And Jones is 14th. Another strong year for the state of Mississippi in community college football. First and 10 for the Indians from their own 40. Davis from his back foot throws, got a man wide open along the far sideline. Caught to the opposite 40. That's about a 25-yard gain for ITAWAMBA. Zay Davis makes the catch.
That's a great throw from Davis. He's off his back foot, didn't have any chance to step through. I was thinking maybe 10-yard out route. He threw that ball about 20 yards in the air.
And on first and 10 from the HINDS 35, they go to the ground, up the middle. Jalen Foster on the carry, gets about 5 yards. And the Indians going with a hurry up. 3 receivers bundled up off to the short side of the field, off to the right. On second and 5, Davis takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws right. Pass is caught by Mosley, and Mosley down the far sideline is going to go all the way to the end zone, but this is coming back. We got penalty markers back down at the 25-yard line, and we've got a face mask call coming here against ITAWAMBA. That's the initial indication. We'll get the official word from the white hat here in just a moment. But all the players coming back towards the line of scrimmage, and this may be points that are taken off the scoreboard, although the Indians now are celebrating along the far side, and this may wind up being a touchdown that stands. Let's see. Face mask against the Eagles, and so the touchdown does stand. But the way those players were reacting, they sure thought this was coming back against the Indians, but it does stand. A 30-yard touchdown pass. Mosley on the reception. And they're a point after away from tying the ball game up. The kick is away, and the kick is good. So with 10:34 to play here in the second quarter, ITAWAMBA strikes for the first time. We're tied at 7. We'll take a break, and HINDS football will continue in a moment.
I wanted to go into nursing because I really enjoy helping people. I love everything about nursing, and I initially wanted to do this years ago, so I'm actually coming back to, fulfill a career that I'm really passionate about. HINDS is absolutely wonderful. Your teachers are passionate, and you can tell they love what they do, and it really makes everything just come together and enjoyable.
For more than 40 years, the HINDS Meat Market has provided select, choice, and prime meats to our local community. Pick up some ribeye steaks hand-cut by students in our meat merchandising program, or Hiney Ho smoked sausage you can only find here. The market offers beef, pork, chicken, and catfish. We also carry sides, desserts, and Doc's Gourmet Seasoning. Visit the Hinds Meat Market in Porter Hall on the Raymond campus of Hinds Community College or give us a call at 601-857-3721.
10:34 remaining in the second quarter. Hinds 7, ITAWAMBA 7. As the Indians score on a 30-yard touchdown catch by Tyron Mosley. Fair catch called for on the kickoff by Trey Henderson. Ball will be brought out. And the Eagles will take the football and try to go down the field and regain the lead.
So now really important for Hinds to respond here. They got sacked 2 times for about a 20-yard loss on their last drive. So confidence for the offense and also just to strike back and take back some of the momentum that ITAWAMBA just stole on their last drive, because it's going to be increasingly frustrating that little screen pass we've seen all night has resulted in a 30-yard touchdown.
Yeah, momentum really has shifted here the Indians' way with those 2 sacks followed by the quick score. So on 1st and 10, the Eagles will start with a running play. Off right tackle down to the 30-yard line. Bradley on the carry, it appears, for Hinds. And it'll be 2nd down 6. Line of scrimmage is the 29. Nasir Donahue, the quarterback, drops back. And he's going to try to run, and he's going to be tackled by his ankles back of the 23-yard line. That is, I think, J.D. Methvin. Or I beg your pardon, Jamarian Scott, number 12, got him by the shoelaces. And a loss back to the 24, 3rd down and 11 coming up. All of a sudden, this Indian defense is starting to bring a little more pressure.
Yeah, you saw there the pocket just collapsed. No one worked through. The pocket just literally collapsed on him. So there was no room to scramble, and he had no one downfield. So a tough play there.
Donahue steps back, throws left, passes tipped, but still caught along the far sideline by Wallace. Has a long 1st down pickup out to midfield. That's great concentration by Jamonte Wallace because it was tipped to the line of scrimmage. He's still able to go up and get it.
Great catch there from Wallace. That ball goes high, and the defensive back reacts to it as well, and comes down about a half second later than Wallace does, and so he's able to get around him and then gain about 15 yards. So really nice play there from Wallace.
They say he stepped out of bounds at the 47, so 1st and 10 from there. Donahue throws under pressure. Pass is caught. They only get back to the original line of scrimmage. Pollard makes the catch. But once again, Donahue under pressure. And he's able this time to dump it off and avoid the sack.
Yeah, and that's a nice play from Donahue because he's being hit as he makes that throw to Pollard on the outside.
2nd down coming up here for the Eagles, 2nd and 10 from their own 47. Ball on the near side hash. They're moving left to right. Donahue looking, stays in the pocket, going to go deep down the right sideline into double coverage, and it is intercepted by Dylan Rousey. And on the return from about the 15-yard line, he's knocked out of bounds at the 23. That's a case of Donahue trying to make something happen, and he threw into 2 defenders, and that's an easy pick.
Yeah, Donahue's been really disciplined all night long. Finally gets a bit of time, and I think he got excited, trying to make something happen, and he just can't throw into double coverage. Not only his receiver is slipping as he's making the run, so he's got no chance to even go up and contest for that ball.
So the Indians of ITAWAMBA will get the football back, and they will start at their own 25-yard line after the interception. And Davis from the pocket lets it loose. Tight one over the middle into double coverage there, but incomplete it goes. Mosley, the intended receiver. Walter Owens back in coverage for the Eagles, along with Karis Gilliam.
Now from here, I thought Mosley had a chance to catch that. He kind of broke through the two defenders. He's expecting it over his right shoulder, and it actually comes over his left. So he has to kind of switch where he's looking. I think it just put him off.
Second down, 10. Two receivers left, two to the right side for the Indians. Line of scrimmage is their own 25. And a handoff off right tackle, slipping to the far side. That's Michael Allen. And Allen has yardage out to about the 33, just shy of the line to gain. Third down, 2 coming up.
Yeah, now the issue is Itawamba's starting to throw the ball a bit more. So they're not just staying on the ground, so it's making it hard for the Eagles to kind of gauge what they're going to do with each possession.
Third down, 2 for Itawamba. They need the 35 to convert. They'll run the ball straight ahead, and he's tossed back and taken down. Big defensive play by Avon Kelly, the defensive end for the Eagles. And they lose a couple of yards. Fourth down, and the Indians will punt the football away. That's a big stand for HINDS.
Huge stand for HINDS. But once again, we talked about this earlier. It's so obvious what they're going to do on those third and shorts. They're going to go with the draw up the middle, and that's exactly what they did again. HINDS was ready for it. Stacked the box and just tossed him to the backfield.
Big stop for the Eagles. Fourth down, and the Indians will punt the football away. Jamonte Wallace stands back to take the kick. The snap is dropped. The punt is away. A wobbler off to the near side goes out of bounds around the 42. And the Eagles will have good field position here as a scrum breaks out near midfield away from the play.
Watch that last tackle. 28 yards on the punt.
So not a very good punt there for the Indians. And the Eagles will start at their own 40. See where they spot the football around the 45, I think. We're at 6:26 to play in the second quarter. 7-7 ball game coming up at the half. First half statistics. We'll try to find some scores to give you around the Community College Conference here tonight. High school ball starts in earnest tomorrow night. A lot of teams will kick it off for this high school football season coming up. And then colleges on Saturday, and away we go.
Certainly one of the best times of the year.
First and 10, they'll start at their own 45. This will be a running play. Stutter step at the backfield for Bradley, and he is going to be lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Good job by the Indian front, plugging up the hole. Second down, 10, no gain.
And since that touchdown from HINDS, that Indian front has done an incredible job. They have not given HINDS much at all. No gaps to find, and the pressure on the throws has been very impressive.
Remember, the touchdown reception for the Eagles really came on a play where Donahue was scrambling, and his receiver just bought him some time and got open, and now he's scrambling again, although this isn't Donahue, it is Jabari Watson, freshman quarterback out of Fayette, Mississippi. He scrambles and gets 2 yards, ran about 12 to get the 2. It's going to be third down and 8.
That's interesting, the quarterback switch.
Yep.
I thought Donahue was doing quite well. He got a little undisciplined with that pick, but that's an interesting call.
I think it's early in the season. You're going to see a couple of quarterbacks. Watson on third and 8, rolls out, looking to throw. Got to find somebody open, and he is going to be wrapped up, lets it loose the last minute. They're going to rule him down. Just nobody open downfield. Good coverage by the Indians, and Watson really had nobody to go to.
Yeah, Watson also looks like he's going to be fairly quick with his feet. He did a nice job evading a couple tackles there, but you're lucky to be ruled down there. That throw certainly could have been dangerous.
Yes. Meanwhile, Jamarian Scott, the defensive lineman from Tupelo High School for Itawamba, is slow to get up off of the Gene Murphy Field turf. It will be 4th down and 13 when we resume play at 4:57 to play in the first half. 7-7 is the score. Scott's had a pretty good ball game. He's been into the backfield a good bit. Training staffs for both teams will come out and make sure he's okay. They'll help him up. And he will hobble off, it appears, over towards the Indian sideline on the north side of the field.
Good to see him walking off the field. He looked down for a while there, so always a positive to see them able to walk off by themselves.
He's carrying his helmet with him. That's a good sign for him. They haven't taken it away from him yet. All right, 4th down, and the Eagles going to have to punt the football away. Salter comes on for what I think is the 4th time tonight. And the kick is away. End over end. The Indians will let it bounce at the 35. It'll roll dead after an Eagle roll at the 15. 43 yards on the punt. 4:41 to play. First half of action in the season opener. 7-7 is the score. Next week, ITAWAMBA is back at home next Thursday night to take on Pearl River Community College. First and 10 for the Eagles, for the Indians. They'll start at their own 15. It'll be a handoff, running play. And the back cuts upfield. And down to the 25-yard line. Looks to be a first down gain there for Jalen Foster. Meanwhile, the Eagles next week are back at home next Thursday night to take on East Mississippi. So this is a game, the Eagles would really like to have in the win column going into that tough matchup next Thursday night as the pass is caught far side for a gain of about 7 yards, and the Indians have a 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Yeah, this is certainly a game that can give you some momentum and some hope going into a game against the number 2 ranked team.
2nd down 2 from the 33-yard line. Davis takes the snap, hands it off. Running play is going to get him out to the 35. That's going to be just enough for the first down. Officials say move the chains. And now the Indians down to the 35. And we have another helmet coming off. And so once again, Corey Vampel will come over to the sideline, and Murphy goes in to replace him. 1st and 10. Davis looking to throw, has some time, lets it loose, far sideline, incomplete, but a very nice effort. Zay Davis really laid out for it.
Yeah, Zay Davis, Superman in the air, gets both hands on that one, just can't quite come down with it. I think even if he had grabbed it, it's a situation where the ball probably hits the deck with him, and it's probably ruled incomplete. But, yeah, not a bad throw either.
Yeah, good zip on that one by Ty Davis. And it will be 2nd down 10 for ITAWAMBA. Clock stops momentarily at 3 minutes, 21 seconds to play in the first half. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Davis looking left, pressured from behind, lets it loose, and it's too wide and incomplete. He was hearing footsteps from his backside. And I believe that was T.J. Grant, a defensive lineman out of Tuscaloosa, applying the pressure. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, any sort of pressure, even if you're not touching the quarterback, can certainly disrupt that throw. It just gets his timing slightly off and just puts it way too far out to the sideline.
So 3rd down 10 for ITAWAMBA. This is a big 3rd down defensive conversion attempt for HINDS. They get the football back here. They've got time to do something with it here at the end of the first half. Line again is the 45 for the Indians. Davis from the pocket lets it loose. Right sideline pass is dropped down at the 25-yard line. He put it right in the breadbasket of Tyron Mosley, and Mosley couldn't hang on to it. The coverage was pretty good, but I think that's a pass that Mosley will tell you he's got to have.
Yeah, Mosley certainly needs to come up with that. I mean, there was no real reach for that. It ends up right over his shoulder in his chest. That's a great throw, and ITAWAMBA will be furious that they don't come up with that conversion. That would have been a huge play.
So it's 4th down now, 4th and 10. And the Eagles will get the football back. Let's see if they can get a good return. Short wobbler, bounces at the 35, takes an Eagle bounce backward to the 40, so they're set up in pretty good spot here. With 2:59 to play in the first half, it is a 7-7 ball game. Now the Eagles will get the ball back, try to get the lead before we go into the locker room at halftime. All right, if you're the Eagles here, let's see who comes out at quarterback. What do you think they're going to do, Charlie, offensively?
I think you've got 3 minutes on the clock. You don't have to rush. I'm sure in an ideal world, they're going to take most of this time off the clock. Itawamba's not going to want to, Hinds won't want them to get the ball back before this half ends. But I think you've got to be disciplined, and I think you've got to run the ball, but not like that.
Yeah, they ran the ball right into number 99, Alex Larry, big sophomore defensive lineman from Greenwood High School, and they lose 3 yards. I'm really impressed with how this Itawamba defensive front has kind of taken over in the second quarter of this football game. Pressure on the running backs, pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, you're seeing most of Hinds' big plays coming from passes where the quarterback is scrambling.
This time the quarterback's going to roll out. That's Watson on the carry, and Watson taken down at the 46 after about a 7 or 8 yard gain. So 3rd down and 3 coming up.
And I like that play from Hinds. A bit of a design QB run to the outside. I think if it's going to be a situation where the quarterback's going to scramble a lot tonight, let's embrace it a little bit. Give him some more quarterback runs because that's where you're finding success.
3rd down, 3, lined against the 49. Watson rolls out left side, looking to throw. Fires over the middle, and the pass is caught at the 41-yard line. Outstanding catch there by Jamonte Wallace, and a nice throw by Watson.
Yeah, that's a tough throw. He rolls out to the right. He's got to step through and find the gap. And Jamonte Wallace, he's going down as he's making this catch. Really easy for the ball to pop out, but a great job from him to hang on to that one. And that's a huge momentum-building play for Hinds.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, 7-7. Late first half. We'll take a break. Hinds football will continue in a moment.
Elite Physical Therapy wishes all the players a healthy and successful football championship season. Elite is proud to serve the local communities with multiple locations providing secure outpatient therapy and sports medicine services. Our centers specialize in post-op rehabilitation, manual therapy, concussion management, and orthopedics, providing patients convenient scheduling and access to care within 24 hours. If you suffer from an injury, visit myelitept.com to find a center near you. That's myelitept.com. Elite.
Running play and the first play after the 2-minute warning, and Watson is up in it at the 39 as a flag comes down. I think this is going to go against the Eagles because one of the linemen, Tyrone Butler, lost his helmet and continued in the play. He lost his helmet and he came over to where the tackle was being made and joined the pile, and I don't think you can do that. Yep.
Yeah, good display of toughness from him, but probably not necessarily the smartest.
Smartest thing you want to do. Yeah. You can't blame a kid for wanting to continue to be a part of the play, but when you lose the hat, you got to stop. And that's a big penalty.
Wow, that's 15 yards.
Yeah.
That's interesting. 15 yards for trying to play without a helmet.
Yeah. Yes. I guess if any penalty deserves 15-yarders, that's probably it, huh?
Right. Really enforcing safety here.
So it's 2nd down, 25 now for the Eagles. They're backed up to their own 46. Minute 35, the clock is running here at the end of the first half. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Watson stays in the pocket, Has some time looking down the field, now flushed out, and now he's going to be sacked. Back of the 38-yard line. Again, look downfield. There was an eagle way down in the end zone, but I don't know that Watson could get it there. Everybody else in front of him was covered up.
Yeah, Watson seems like he's got a good arm, but a 60-yard bomb might not be in the repertoire as of yet. But, yeah, just once again, the D-line does a really nice job, and so does the protection downfield. This is a really tough defense that ITAWAMBA's playing.
Third down and a country mile here for the Eagles. Line of scrimmage is their own 40. And they'll just hand the ball off and lose 4 more yards as Julius Bradley is tackled by the ankles. So that penalty really caused the Eagles. It backed them up. And now they're just going to try to run the clock out. They do have to punt the football away, but there's only 1 second of difference between the game clock and the play clock. They can also take a timeout here if they wanted to and take a snap and run around for a bit.
Yeah, I think the smart thing to do if you're either team here is to just take a knee, get this into halftime, pump the ball off, take a knee.
Yeah, it's actually less than a second. The officials is probably going to say, okay, guys, let's go to the locker room. That's what's going to happen. So, kind of a back and forth first half. Each team with a touchdown. Each team with some defensive highlights. Each team with some mistakes. Pretty much what you'd expect in week 1 of the regular season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, pretty much not a bad start for HINDS. I think you got going early with the score, just couldn't maintain it, and I think that's going to have to be the main adjustment in the locker room. How can we handle this ITAWAMBA defensive line? Because that's really been probably the talking point of this first half. They've really become the focal point.
So we've reached halftime here at Joe Renfro Stadium in Raymond. It's HINDS 7, ITAWAMBA 7. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have some first half statistics. We'll try to find some scores from around the community college action here tonight. And more. Stay with us. HINDS football will continue in a moment.
I wanted to go into nursing because I really enjoy helping people. I love everything about nursing, and I initially wanted to do this years ago, so I'm actually coming back to, fulfill a career that I'm really passionate about. HINDS is absolutely wonderful. Your teachers are passionate, and you can tell they love what they do, and it really makes everything just come together and enjoyable.
For more than 40 years, the HINDS Meat Market has provided select, choice, and prime meats to our local community. Pick up some ribeye steaks hand-cut by students in our meat merchandising program, or Honey Ho smoked sausage you can only find here. The market offers beef, pork, chicken, and catfish. We also carry sides, desserts, and Doc's Gourmet seasoning. Visit the HINDS Meat Market in Porter Hall on the Raymond campus of HINDS Community College, or give us a call at 601-857-3721.
I always wanted to be a nurse, so just being in nursing school and fulfilling that later in life. I'm older. I'm one of the older students, not that old, but I'm one of the older students. It was just time to do it. My kids are older. I put that on the back burner so I could raise them. Now it's time for me. So just being able to feel like welcome, like I can go to any classmate, even people that I don't know are always willing to help, and you just don't find that everywhere.
All right, we're back at Joe Renfro Stadium here in Raymond, Mississippi. We're at halftime of the season opener. HINDS 7, ITAWAMBA 7. Stephen Harper joins us now to talk about the first half stats. Stephen, you're looking at these first half statistics. There's some kind of ugly numbers for both teams, right?
Well, so far more ugly for HINDS than for ITAWAMBA. For the scoring summary, at the 150 mark of the first quarter, Nasir Donahue threw a 37-yard touchdown pass to Jamonte Wallace, and it capped a 8-play, 80-yard drive that took 3:26 off the game clock. The PAT by Tanner Hollingsworth was good. HINDS led 7-0. And then at the 10:34 mark of the second quarter, the Indians got on the scoreboard with a Ty Davis 30-yard touchdown pass to Tyron Mosley that capped a 3-play, 60-yard drive that took 57 seconds. The PAT by Eli Burciaga was good, and that's where we stand at the half. HINDS 7, ITAWAMBA 7. First downs, ITAWAMBA had 10, HINDS had 6. Total rushes, ITAWAMBA ran 17 times for 71 yards. The Eagles ran 24 times for only 11 yards. In terms of passing, the Indians were 9 of 17 for 114 yards. The Eagles were 7 of 9 for 103 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. The Indians had 1 touchdown. Total offense, the Indians ran 34 plays for 185 yards. The Eagles ran 33 plays for 104 yards. In the punting department, HINDS punted the football 4 times for an average of 42 yards a punt. ITAWAMBA punted 3 times for an average of 27 yards a punt. In terms of penalties, the Eagles were flagged 5 times for 63 yards. The Indians 3 for 15. ITAWAMBA had the football for 16 minutes 31 seconds. HINDS had the football for 13 minutes and 29 seconds. And ITAWAMBA had 4 sacks for 20 yards. Looking at some individual numbers for the Indians, Michael Allen led the way with 5 carries for 27 yards, Jalen Sutton 7 carries for 22 yards, and Jalen Foster 5 carries for 22 yards. For the Eagles, Julius Bradley had 8 carries for 12 yards, Jaden Reed 1 carry for 4, Jabari Watson 5 carries for only 2 yards, Jamarian Johnson 3 for only 2 yards, and Nasir Donahue 7 carries for -9 yards. In terms of passing for ITAWAMBA, Ty Davis was 9 of 17 for 114 yards and 1 touchdown. For the Eagles, Donahue was 6 of 8 for 90 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Watson was 1 of 1 for 13 yards. Looking at the receiving, Chris Reed had 4 catches for 41 yards. Zay Davis had 3 catches for 38 yards. Tyron Mosley had 1 catch for 30 yards and the 1 touchdown. And Jalen Foster had 1 catch for 5. For the Eagles, Jamonte Wallace had 4 catches for 73 yards and the 1 touchdown. So he has been the bright spot for the Eagles on offense. T.D. Vaughn has had 2 catches for 29 yards, and Tyrell Pollard had 1 catch for 1. Dylan Rousey had the 1 interception for ITAWAMBA for 11 yards. Looking at sacks, for ITAWAMBA, J.D. Methvin had 1 sack. Alex Larry also 1 sack. Jaden Walker 1 sack, and Eli Williams also had 1 sack. Walker also led the way for the Indians on tackles with 4 solo. Oral Gray had 3 solo and 1 assist, and Eli Williams also had 3 solo as well. Leading the way for the Eagles on defense, Alton Tarber had 4 tackles. Walter Owens had 3 solo and 2 assists. Jalen McRoy had 3 solo, and Trey McRae also had 3 solo as well. And looking at some of the scores from around the league so far, let's refresh. We got a few scores in so far. The score from Boonville, it is Northeast 14, East Central 7 at the half. Southwest leads Holmes 7-0 in Summit at the beginning of the second quarter. And the only other score we got is Northwest leading Pearl River up in Senatobia 10-7 with 1:22 left in the first quarter of play.
Also looks like that maybe Colin and Coahoma are underway, but they're in a bit of a delay. 7-0 Colin in the first quarter. Stephen, thanks so much. Appreciate your help. Halftime score here in Raymond, 7-7. HINDS and ITAWAMBA all tied up. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. More of our halftime show. Stay with us. Eagles football continues in a moment.
I wanted to go into nursing because I really enjoy helping people. I love everything about nursing, and I initially wanted to do this years ago, so I'm actually coming back to, fulfill a career that I'm really passionate about. HINDS is absolutely wonderful. Your teachers are passionate, and you can tell they love what they do, and it really makes everything just come together and enjoyable.
For more than 40 years, the HINDS Meat Market has provided select, choice, and prime meats to our local community. Pick up some ribeye steaks hand-cut by students in our meat merchandising program, or Honey Ho smoked sausage you can only find here. The market offers beef, pork, chicken, and catfish. We also carry sides, desserts, and Doc's Gourmet seasoning. Visit the HINDS Meat Market in Porter Hall on the Raymond campus of HINDS Community College, or give us a call at 601-857-3721.
I wanted to go into nursing because I really enjoy helping people. I love everything about nursing, and I initially wanted to do this years ago, so I'm actually coming back to, fulfill a career that I'm really passionate about. HINDS is absolutely wonderful. Your teachers are passionate, and you can tell they love what they do, and it really makes everything just come together and enjoyable.
Mississippians love football, and our high schools throughout Mississippi stay connected with their students, parents, and community by live streaming events, including football through WSN Live. WSN Live provides your school with everything you need for professional and seamless live streams that are easy for students to run. And your fans can watch online from anywhere on any device. With WSN Live, your school gets the right gear, a rock-solid network, and game-time tech support. Learn more at WSNLive.com.
I always wanted to be a nurse, so just being in nursing school and fulfilling that later in life. I'm older. I'm one of the older students, not that old, but I'm one of the older students. It was just time to do it. My kids are older. I put that on the back burner so I could raise them. Now it's time for me. So just being able to feel like welcome, like I can go to any classmate, even people that I don't know are always willing to help, and you just don't find that everywhere.
I think the biggest reason that I would choose HINDS would be the relationships that you have with your peers. For baseball guys, we stay in the dorm. All of us are together on the second floor. So kind of having that camaraderie really brings us together. Most days we're spending 3, 4, and then when we play games, we're spending 6, 7, 8 hours together. The close friendships that you make, I think has definitely made an impact on me. And I'm very thankful.
I always wanted to be a nurse, so just being in nursing school and fulfilling that later in life. I'm older. I'm one of the older students, not that old, but I'm one of the older students. It was just time to do it. My kids are older. I put that on the back burner so I could raise them. Now it's time for me. So just being able to feel like welcome, like I can go to any classmate, even people that I don't know are always willing to help, and you just don't find that everywhere.
I think the biggest reason that I would choose HINDS would be the relationships that you have with your peers. For baseball guys, we stay in the dorm. All of us are together on the second floor. So kind of having that camaraderie really brings us together. Most days we're spending 3, 4, and then when we play games, we're spending 6, 7, 8 hours together. The close friendships that you make, I think has definitely made an impact on me. And I'm very thankful.
Yeah, I was going to just try that. I didn't know what you You want to go back to the roll? Commercials going. How do you stop it with a commercial? Without it playing? So the blank full street they was on, right? Yeah, he has it on.
When I tried to add like I'm not getting, even if the lights turned on, if it was going to read it, it should give me bars.
It's not showing up.
For more than 40 years, the Heinz Meat Market has provided select, choice, and prime meats to our local community. Pick up some ribeye steaks hand-cut by students in our meat merchandising program, or Hiney Ho smoked sausage you can only find here. The market offers beef, pork, chicken, and catfish. We also carry sides, desserts, and Doc's Gourmet seasoning. Visit the Heinz Meat Market in Porter Hall on the Raymond campus of Heinz Community College, or give us a call at 601-857-3721.
I always wanted to be a nurse, so just being in nursing school and fulfilling that later in life. I'm older. I'm one of the older students, not that old, but I'm one of the older students. It was just time to do it. My kids are older. I put that on the back burner so I could raise them. Now it's time for me. So just being able to feel like welcome, like I can go to any classmate, even people that I don't know are always willing to help, and you just don't find that everywhere.
Mississippians love football, and our high schools throughout Mississippi stay connected with their students, parents, and community by live streaming events, including football through WSN Live. WSN Live provides your school with everything you need for professional and seamless live streams that are easy for students to run. And your fans can watch online from anywhere on any device. With WSN Live, your school gets the right gear, a rock-solid network, and game-time tech support. Learn more at WSNLive.com.
Reed Vance, Charlie Rook with you here from Joe Renfro Stadium as we get set to start the second half of action. Hinds 7, ITAWAMBA 7. That's our halftime score, and we heard the statistics earlier, Charlie, and the ones that stick out for me: 4 sacks for ITAWAMBA and only for Hinds 11 yards rushing. They just didn't get anything going on the ground, and you got to credit the Indians because after that first couple of drives, their defensive front looked really sharp all night. A lot of pressure, a lot of stuff in the running back.
Yeah, and we saw it even on the lone Hinds score. It was a situation where the quarterback is again under pressure and manages to make a very good pass to find his receiver open downfield. But that really has been the story of this one. That Itawamba defensive line has been pressuring the quarterback all night, and every time Hines has gone to the ground, there's been no gaps. And so it's forced Hines into a situation to try and throw the ball, but now the quarterback's got no time. And I'm sure that's going to be the main adjustment in the locker room for Hines, because they need to figure out what they can do.
Well, they played 2 quarterbacks here in the first half, and I think that's probably by design. You're the first game of the season. Let's see what each one of these guys can do. Watson came in and took a big lick and was able to kind of scramble with the football, I think, a little bit more than Donahue. And so there's certainly some options there for Coach Williams as we get set for the second half. And who gets the call at quarterback?
Yes, certainly. I mean, I like Donahue to start off. I thought he was really good with his arm, and you saw the lone drive they had success was led under the Donahue arm. But I did also like, I've completely missed that name for the second Hines quarterback.
No, you're good.
Yeah, but
Watson.
Yeah, Watson, there it is. Watson came in, he did a really nice job with his feet, and he's really quick, and I liked it a little bit more when they let him run the ball. There was one play on a designed QB run, he gained about 7 yards, and so it was kind of a situation where you're like, if the defensive line's going to come in on us, let's allow the quarterback to get out and run a little bit more. So maybe we'll see some more of that from Hines in the second half.
And this Eagle offensive line has got to give them a little more time, too, because, again, as the first half went along, they were on their heels a lot.
Yes, certainly. And they haven't been on the field that much. They really haven't had that time of possession. So there's no reason they should be tired. They need to just give their quarterback a little bit more time. And Hines are pretty lucky to still be in this one.
Yeah, you talk about time of possession. That's a 3-minute time of possession advantage for Itawamba in the first half of action. So the team's making their way back out to the field here at Gene Murphy Field at Joe Renfro Stadium. You know, I called my first Hinds Community College game here 34 years ago. This has been a fine facility, a great place to play football. I haven't been back probably for about 30 years, and they've done a really nice job at making this a great place to play football. But it's an outstanding environment, and the folks here do a great job, first class, treating everybody very, very well. But been a long time for me since I've been back on the Eagles call. It's kind of nice. First year I did it, the Eagles had a running back by the name of Zach Crockett. Zach Crockett went on to play at Florida State. Also went on to play for the Indianapolis Colts. As good a running back as I think has ever come out of the community college system in the state of Mississippi. They've had a lot of pros come through Raymond over the years. Itawamba will get the football to start the second half. And away we go. The ball is teed up at the 35-yard line. And the return man taken from inside the 5-yard line for the Indians, coming near side with it, with what I think is a penalty marker, going to negate a lot of this run back.
Yeah, it was a really nice run from Mosley there. He catches the ball at the 1-yard line. I'm thinking he might, take a knee, maybe call a fair catch there, but he goes ahead and takes it out, and he cuts outside, and that's a really nice return.
But it is going to come back. And the Indians are going to start inside their own 10-yard line. That's a big penalty. Winds up being about a 30-yard penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he got that one back to the 40, so I'm not sure what the call was. I didn't hear it.
But a penalty against Itawamba nonetheless. So 1st and 10 for the Indians from inside their own 10. And Davis, the quarterback, turns and hands it off. Running play between the tackles for the Indians for Jalen Sultan, I beg your pardon. About a 3-yard gain, second down, 17. Second down, 7, I beg your pardon, for the Indians. Davis to throw. Right side, got a man there, caught at the 32-yard line. Threw into triple coverage, but it wasn't very tight. And so the Indians move the chains. So first down pickup there for Itawamba. Thanks to Nathan for wiping the window off for us. He does everything around here. He does windows, folks.
Yeah, my halftime performance wasn't quite as good with that.
That's all right. Looks like we've got a player slow to get up on the far side of the field. It is an Eagles player. I can't see the number, so I don't want to speculate right now. Looks like they're stretching that left leg out, so maybe it's a cramp. It is a humid night. A little warm, but it could be worse. And that is Preston Clendenin, the defensive back, who will hop up and come over to the near sideline. Looks like he just got that leg stretched out. He'll be okay. So the line of scrimmage for Itawamba is going to be the 31. Opening drive of the third quarter, 1 minute in, 7-7 ball game.
Frustrating start if you're Hinds to have them backed up in their own 10-yard line, then allow a 19-yard reception. That really just can't happen. You've got to get to the quarterback before you can make that throw in that situation.
Ty Davis with a running back to either side. Under pressure. Crushed as he throws down the right sideline. Incomplete. And that was the heaviest pressure we've seen from the Eagles all night long. Trey McCrary on one side, another Eagle defender on the other, and it's second down.
Yeah, the quarterback does a really nice job getting that throw off under that type of pressure. But, again, we talked about it earlier. Any pressure is good pressure if you're the defense, because it's anything to throw the quarterback out of their rhythm, and that one just a little long.
So 2nd and 10 now for Itawamba. They're moving right to left here in the third quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 30. Davis hands it off, and a 5-yard gain down to the 35-yard line for Jalen Foster. Pretty balanced running attack. Allen, Sutton, and Foster each between 22 and 27 yards in the first half. 3rd down 7 after a 3-yard gain there. Hinds looked like they wanted a pressure on the corner. Back away as Davis gets a new play call. Line to gain to convert is the 41 for Itawamba. 3rd down 7. Davis takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Lets it loose and too wide out of the backfield. And that's good job by the Hinds defensive end, Avon Kelly, to kind of pressure the quarterback and force a hurried throw, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, now the Hinds defensive line is saying it's our turn to get some pressure on the quarterback. They try and go back to that little outside throw, and Hinds is there. They want no part of it this time.
So on 4th down, Jamonte Wallace drops back at his own 30 to take this kick. 4th punt of the night for Itawamba. They've only averaged 26. And this one will boost that average a little bit. A wobbler that hits the 30, then take us an eagle roll down to the 39. And Hinds will take over there. 12:56 to play in the third. We are tied at 7. Opening night here at Joe Renfro Stadium. And the fans who have shown up for this football game, and the home side has really filled out. I think they were waiting for maybe the rain to stop, but really over the course of the first half, not many empty seats here on the near sideline, and a good contingent of Itawamba fans as well. Quarterback to start the third quarter is Nasir Donahue, and a handoff goes only back to the line of scrimmage for the Eagle running back, Jamaria Johnson. 2nd and 10 coming up.
So I'm sure they'll probably start Watson in the fourth quarter. That would be my guess, that they go with both quarterbacks throughout the entirety of the game. Let's see what the the O-line does here to come out with some adjustments.
2nd and 10, Donahue under some pressure, throws, pass downfield, dropped at the 39, but that's really not the fault of the receiver. That was excellent coverage there by Itawamba. And I think that's Wallace, the intended receiver. He kind of hobbles off the field to the sideline. just couldn't hang on to it. It was right at him, but again, pretty tight coverage for Itawamba. Would have been a great catch.
Yeah, I mean, great throw and honestly, great layout. He gives himself a chance to catch it, but that coverage was very good.
3rd and 10 now for the Eagles. Line to gain for the first down is the 49. Donahue to throw over the middle, incomplete. Pollard, the intended receiver, had to go up for it a little bit and just past his fingertips. But I like the approach there for the Eagles. They took some shots on that drive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the best drive they've had this game, we talked about it earlier, the Donahue arm. He's come out and he looks really good throwing the ball. Some of them just a little bit too high. And Itawamba, give him some credit because that was a really nice job defending those throws in the air. But yeah, Hines is one or two receptions away from being in a really good spot.
4th and 10, and the Eagles will punt. Wyatt Salter on to kick. Nice boomer, good hang time, fair catch at the 25, and that's where Itawamba will start 1st and 10. 12:06 to play in the third quarter. 7-7 ball game. Talking about the fans here on the home side, I'm looking over to the other side of the field, and the folks from Itawamba have made the trip. That's a pretty long drive down and back from Fulton, Mississippi. One of those trips where it's kind of no easy way to get there. It's a bit of a straight shot, but you got to go the trace a good bit. And it's just slow going, but they've come out. They got a good crowd on the visitors' side tonight. 1st and 10 for the Indians, and they'll start back at their own 25-yard line, running play. And the back past the initial hit down to the 35-yard line. It's close to gain for the line to gain for the first down. It will be a first down. Needed 10 and got 10, down to the 35. 1st and 10.
That's a really good run from Allen. Like, once again, he's hit very early on in that play and just keeps going downhill, keeps driving his legs, and ends up with a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Indians. Davis going to hand it off again, and this time only a couple of yards. Good job there by the Hinds defenders to wrap him up around the knees. I believe that was William Harry, the linebacker on the stop out of Poplarville. So 2nd down 9 after a gain of only 1 yard. 2 receivers to the left. 1 to the right side. Davis drops back from the pocket, throws. Pass is incomplete. And that was in the hands of Chris Reed, but he heard footsteps and could not haul it in. So it's 3rd down and 9 coming up for Itawamba. So 7-7 game. Early in the third quarter, the Eagles looking to get the football right back. For Itawamba, late sub coming in. 3 receivers to the near side of the field as Davis from the shotgun looking at a 3rd down and 9. Drops back, quick pass over the middle, caught at the 50-yard line. That'll be a first down pickup. Zay Davis on the catch from Ty Davis. And the Indians move the chains on 3rd down.
That was really nice route running from Zay Davis. Gets up, breaks inside, and just it's so easy to find him over the middle when he's going that quick and gets so much separation off the defender.
From the 49, officially 1st and 10, slinging it right side, pass caught. Yards after the catch, about 5, down to the 45-yard line of the Eagles. Reed on the catch.
Yeah, Hines needs to be making a tackle there. They have 2 guys on him when he catches that ball, and he's able to get a gain of 5.
To the 46, 2nd down 5 for Itawamba. And we got movement on the line. Looked like the right guard put his right foot back too early. So that'll bring him back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Penalties in the first half. Itawamba only penalized 3 times for only 15 yards. Hines was penalized 5 times for 63 yards. They had a couple of really killer penalties.
Yeah, Hines had a few drive-ending penalties in that first half.
Second down 10 for the Indians. And a whistle and a timeout called by ITAWAMBA. They try to shift there on the line at the last minute, and I think the coaches looked up and said, that's not what we want. We'll take a break. 10:06 to play in the third. We're tied at 7, and HINDS football will continue in a moment.
Elite Physical Therapy wishes all the players a healthy and successful football championship season. Elite is proud to serve the local communities with multiple locations providing secure outpatient therapy and sports medicine services. Our centers specialize in post-op rehabilitation, manual therapy, concussion management, and orthopedics, providing patients convenient scheduling and access to care within 24 hours. If you suffer from an injury, visit myelitept.com to find a center near you. That's myelitept.com. Elite Physical Therapy, proud to serve the state of Mississippi.
Play there from ITAWAMBA.
First and goal to go from the 5-yard line for the Indians. Man in motion comes to the near side. Davis rolls out right, slinks it, passes tipped and incomplete. Another thing I like about Zay Davis is he's only 5'11", but he can fly, and Ty Davis really has delivered the ball right to him a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, he's found him in stride. And, yeah, as you said, Zay Davis, only 5'11", but, man, he can jump up there with the best of them. He's made some really impressive grabs tonight, and he's certainly a reason that ITAWAMBA's in the position they are right now in the red zone.
So second down goal to go. Just outside the 5-yard line here, maybe even closer to the 6. 2 receivers left, one to the right side, and they're going to run the ball straight ahead. And they get just inside the 5-yard line. That's Jalen Foster on the carry. They get him down to the 3. Third down goal to go from there. ITAWAMBA looking to break in a 7-7 tie as we've got an injured Eagle on the field.
If I'm ITAWAMBA, I don't really want to be throwing the ball here unless it's going to be a quick pass slant over the middle. Don't really want the quarterback dropping back. Like to see a handoff maybe to Allen. Just try and push him inside. But I think we're looking at a man down right now.
Yep, that's one of the Eagles' linemen. Can't see the number, but looks like he's getting his right leg, I beg your pardon, his left leg stretched out. So, as is the case often in these early season games when the humidity is high and it's still warm outside, leg cramps can be an issue. That's Deverick Woods, the defensive lineman. So he'll have to come and sit out at least to play. T.J. Grant will go into replacement for the moment, a freshman out of Tuscaloosa. Third down goal to go here for the Indians. We're under 9 minutes to play in the third tied at 7. Davis sends a man in motion to the near side. Now back to the other side. They'll run the ball straight ahead. And the Eagles are there to stop him after maybe a 1-yard gain. So now it's 4th down. And if you're the Indians, you send the kicking unit on the field automatically, or you take a minute to think about it.
It's an interesting one because you really want to be going for this, but I think the sensible thing to do is to take the lead here and just go 10-7. Your defense has been doing a really nice job all night. So take the lead and put the game in their hands.
Eli Burciaga out of Corinth High School on to try a 20-yard field goal from straight ahead. The snap, the hold, the kick is away, and the kick is good. So Burciaga boots it through from 20 yards away, and the Indians have the lead. 8:05 to play in the third. Itawamba 10. HINDS 7 will take a timeout, and HINDS football will continue in a moment.
Mississippians love football, and our high schools throughout Mississippi stay connected with their students, parents, and community by live streaming events, including football through WSN Live. WSN Live provides your school with everything you need for professional and seamless live streams that are easy for students to run. And your fans can watch online from anywhere on any device. With WSN Live, your school gets the right gear, a rock-solid network, and game-time tech support. Learn more at WSNLive.com.
10-7 Itawamba. 8:05 to play in the third quarter. A drive that ended with a 19-yard field goal officially by Eli Burciaga. 11 plays, 73 yards in just over 4 minutes. Indians have their first lead of the ball game.
Got a great shot of people's feet. What is that? It's a drone shot. Oh, they just haven't get up in the air yet.
And the kick will go deep to the far side of the field. Taken from the 15-yard line, straight ahead. Tackle broken to the 40, 45, out near midfield and inside Indians territory. Boy, it's just what the Eagles needed. A long return there for DeMar Gardner, a freshman from Carthage, Mississippi, went to Leake Central High School, and he reels off a very long kick return to open up this drive.
Nice job there from Gardner. Gets outside, and the blockers do a really nice job for him, but he makes a couple moves there to spin away, juke off defenders, and they find themselves now in a really good position. This is a great opportunity for HINDS. If you can stay disciplined up front, don't do any stupid penalties, and they can put themselves in a position to tie, if not take the lead here.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the Itawamba 46-yard line after the long return. Donahue stays in at quarterback, stays in the pocket, looking to throw. Great coverage downfield. Going to let it loose down the sideline of the run, and it's incomplete. I've also been impressed with this downfield coverage for Itawamba. They are not letting these HINDS receivers get any open room. And now an Indians player cramping up. That's Oral Gray, redshirt freshman out of Jacksonville, Florida. Will get his right leg stretched out.
Yeah, and I just looked at him signal to his calf. I just think that's going to be a calf cramp. So, yeah, as you were saying, hot.
As Howard Cosell used to play, I never played the game, is what he used to say. I've never played the game, but I've had leg cramps in the middle of the night. you wake up howling.
You're looking live.
And it's got to be painful when you're out there playing football. You just crumple to the field. Yes, we are. We're looking high above now. Gene Murphy Field at Joe Renfro Stadium. These blimp shots brought to you by somebody.
The drone is up if you want to take it.
All right. Gray jogs off the field, the far side, somewhat gingerly, and he will be good to go in just a moment or two, we hope. Incomplete pass on that last play. 2nd down 10 for the Eagles. Donahue takes the snap, and they'll hand it off straight ahead. And about a yard, that's it.
Yeah, the running game just has not been there tonight for HINDS. But they have found success throwing the ball, and the receivers downfield are able to get open. The quarterback's doing a nice job slinging it, but so far he's had little time, and his receivers just haven't been open for him.
It was Jaden Reed, a sophomore, on that last carry. Penalty marker is thrown as the catch made at the 37-yard line on the near side, but we'll see what this flag is all about. So on 3rd down and 9. Linesman talking with the referee to shake out this penalty. This will be the 6th penalty of the night against the Eagles, and a lot of yardage against them. And so the referee now is talking to some of the Eagles players, as eventually he'll talk to us. Illegal motion against the Eagles. So it'll be 3rd down once more, 3rd down and 15. 7:17 to play in the third. 10-7 Itawamba. Eagles backed up on that penalty to the 50-yard line. And Donahue steps back under some pressure, flushed out right side on the run. He throws, got a man at the 38. It's caught. Shy of the line again for the first down. Tyrell Pollard on the catch for the Eagles. So it's 4th down and short. Too long to try a field goal. Too close to punt it away. So it's go time for HINDS. You would think here on even 4th and 2, a handoff between the tackles is the play to go to. But again, as you said, Charlie, this is not a running game that's inspired a lot of confidence tonight.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a quick little slant over the middle here.
Jaden Reed lines up in the backfield. They have had some success throwing the ball downfield between the hash marks. 4th and 2. Donahue steps back. He's looking, he's throwing, and it's incomplete behind the receiver at the 27-yard line. He had him there, but behind the intended receiver, Tyrell Pollard. So it's going to be 1st down for Itawamba as the Eagles turn the ball over on downs.
Yeah, and I think that's the right play. He gets open.
Yep.
It's that quick little slant, but the ball's just behind him. And Donahue's done a really nice job tonight, but that's a play he's going to want to have back.
6:25 to play in the third quarter. 10-7 Itawamba is the score. Big kickoff return on that last drive for the Eagles goes for naught. And Itawamba will take over the possession of the football at their own 38-yard line. Davis sends a man in motion to the far side. Quarterback takes the snap, drops back, throws, looking for that man in motion. Got him along the far side at the 45, and he's run out of bounds just shy of that line. Long throw to pick up about 5 yards, maybe 6, 2nd down 4.
Yeah, that's actually a more impressive throw than what it looks like. He's pretty far away, and he's got to find him in motion. That play gains 5 yards because that throw is very solid.
And that's where the Indians have gone all night long. They have gone to the sidelines against these HINDS corners. 2nd down 4. Davis sends 3 receivers out to the left. And they are going to hand it off and nothing doing. Good job there, stuffing the running back by the Eagles. Sultan didn't have anything. 3rd down 4 coming up.
It's a fairly big drive for HINDS. If you can get him to go 4 and out here and get the ball back and just kind of try and find your feet again offensively, because you don't want to allow these guys to go up by or make this a 2-possession game.
3rd down and 4 for Itawamba. And the Eagles almost jumped. No penalty marker. Davis again throwing from his back foot. One-on-one coverage down the far sideline. It is incomplete. Excellent coverage by Gavin Drones, the sophomore out of McGee, Mississippi. And it's going to be 4th down. And I'll tell you what, the Eagles almost jumped offside. They came with a blitz on the corner and were lucky not to get a flag.
Yeah, you just saw him desperately trying to jump the quarterback there, make it tough for him, but does a nice job keeping himself off onside. And then the defensive back there, just that is a great play. It's so easy to get called with a PI there. He does a really nice job.
So on 4th down, the Indians to punt the football away. Nice booming spiral. Fair catch called for at the 20 and then dropped. Ball is on the turf. The officials rush in to see who's got it. Oh, this could be A brutal loss for the Eagles if they can't recover this fumble. And the officials give it to the Eagles. They say they got it back. Oh, disaster averted.
That is incredibly fortunate. It's a poor catch, or a poor attempt at a catch originally. He actually ends up doing a nice job falling on that ball, because I thought the ITAWAMBA player got there first, but...
Very close. He may have gotten there first, but he may not have gotten possession of the football. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles as they will start at the 21-yard line. Donahue rolls out right side, pass is caught, and then Pollard immediately hit out of bounds around the 27. 2nd down and 3 coming up.
That's a tough hit on Pollard. He catches that ball and goes down immediately.
We're at 4:52 to play in the third, 10-7 at ITAWAMBA. And 2nd down 3 here for Hinds Community College. Nasir Donahue has been the quarterback the entire third quarter after both he and Jabari Watson played in the first half. Running play for the Eagles, nothing doing on the right side of the line. 3rd down 3 coming up. Tackle made by Jade Walker out of Aberdeen, Mississippi for ITAWAMBA. All right, Hinds needs to get a first down, keep this drive alive. Don't give the ball back to the Indians. 3rd and 3, Donahue looking to throw from the pocket. Caught over the middle by Pollard. That's a big first down pickup to the 44-yard line. And it's a really nice job by the quarterback, just giving his line some time to work. He stayed in the pocket. He didn't panic, didn't scramble.
That's a really nice job from Donahue there. He stayed really patient, like you were saying. And then Pollard, to his credit, he catches that ball, immediately needs to spin out of pressure to give himself a chance to get some yards.
On 1st and 10 at the 44, running back slips off 2 men in the backfield, turns the corner along the near sideline, and picks up yardage out to the 49-yard line. It's a nice running play by Julius Bradley, showing some elusiveness.
Yeah, and that play is all Bradley. That collapsed immediately on him. He had 2 defenders right there, and Bradley's able to evade 2 tackles and work his way to the outside. That's a really nice job from him.
5-yard gain, 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 5 from the 48. Donahue going to let it loose down the right side to no one in particular. And it is going to be 2nd down and 5. Pollard had run a post pattern, and the pass was to the sideline side of the defensive back. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know if there was a miscommunication there, or if it was just a bad throw. You said there was a post pattern there, but it looked like Donahue tried to throw it to the outside when Pollard was cutting in. So maybe just a miscue there.
3rd down 5. Line to gain for the Eagles is the 46 on the opposite side of the field. Donahue, under pressure from the pocket, throws too long and incomplete. Intended for Luke Boland, but too wide, and it's 4th down, and the Eagles going to have to punt the football away from midfield.
And I like that from Hinds. They go for 2 knockout blows there, but just can't quite come down with the football.
Well, you can certainly see that Donahue is getting more and more confident, even just on the last 2 drives. He's getting more and more confident staying in the pocket and letting the ball go down the field.
Yes, certainly. We're not seeing him scramble or attempt to scramble nearly as much as we did in that first quarter. So definitely something to keep watch of.
4th and 5. Punt is away. Fair catch called for at the 15 and made, and that's where ITAWAMBA will start. They've had some deep field position to start drives in this game. They have only 10 points on the scoreboard to show for it. 10-7 ITAWAMBA, 2:46 to play. Third quarter action here in Raymond.
I'm on the drone if you want it.
See if we can get some update of scores from around the Community College Conference tonight. East Central leading Northeast 17-14. They're in the latter stages of the third quarter. Holmes and Southwest tied at 14. Gulf Coast leads East Mississippi late in the first 7-0. Pearl River 17, Northwest 17 nearing halftime. Running play for the Indians on first down. And about a yard, and that's it. Second down and 9 coming up. They say they're still in a weather delay, up in Coahoma. Colin and Coahoma. Early first, 7-0. Could be a long night for the Wolves. Second down 9 here for the Indians. Line of scrimmage, their own 16. Triple receivers to the right side, one way out to the left. Ty Davis, the quarterback, barking out the play call at the line of scrimmage. Davis takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws right side too high and incomplete. Zay Davis, we mentioned, he's only 5'11". He made a nice leap but couldn't get to it.
Yeah, and that one's just too high. Not too much Davis can do about that. I mean, he probably could have come down with that ball, but at that point you probably lose 2 yards. I think because of how high that was, the Eagles would have gotten there pretty quickly.
Third down and 9 for Itawamba. Let's see if the Eagles can stop them and get good field position on a change of possession. The snap on an odd play, odd timing, pass down the far sideline is incomplete. Didn't see any penalty markers there. Did you see any penalty markers there?
No, I didn't
not.
see. Yeah, I didn't see a penalty marker there.
I didn't see many offensive linemen moving on that play.
No, it's a weird play to take a shot into double coverage. No offensive linemen are moving. That looked like the only. Yeah, that looked like they thought they had a free play.
Yeah, you're right. It looked like that Davis thought that the flag was going to come against the Eagles for maybe being offsides, and it never was thrown. And so Itawamba is going to have to punt it away as Wallace stands near midfield to take this punt for Hinds. Let's see if he can get it in good field position to start this drive. And this is a terrible kick. It may have been tipped. In fact, it goes out of bounds along the far sideline at the 30.
12-yard punt.
Yeah, we're getting word that was about 12 yards, so I'm assuming that must have been touched.
It did have an odd spin on it, so perhaps one of the Eagles got a paw on it. With 1:46 to play in the third, 10-7, Itawamba is the score, and now the Eagles have their best scoring opportunity in quite some time.
That would be a talent, not a ball.
Yeah, this is a really good opportunity now for Hinds. They're in great field position. You just need to gain a little bit here to at least get yourself in field goal range. They're probably not quite there yet, but they're right on the door for it. And so that's what you want to be at least walking away with here. But you want to be starting on the opposition 27. You want to be scoring a touchdown here.
Jamarian Johnson trying to turn the corner on the far side, escapes the tackle, but not the second as he is put to the turf at the 32. Dylan Rousey, sophomore out of Rienzi, Mississippi, tackles him for a loss of 3 yards, 2nd and 13. Three receivers to the right side of the field as the Eagles move left to right. On this drive, 2nd and 13. Donahue steps back, looking to throw, steps up, trying to get away and can't. Sacked back at the 37 or so yard line, and that will be the 5th sack of the night for Itawamba. And there's an Eagle again cramping up. One of the linemen not yet up off the turf. Clock stops momentarily with 54 seconds remaining in the third.
Now, this is an important play for Hinds because they've got about 15 to the first down marker. You're in a position where if you're not in field goal range, you're going to go for it. So try and get yourself in range maybe with one of those short passes that could gain you about 7 yards. And if you're still not in range, again, you just don't need to get it all back at once here.
The line of scrimmage is the 37, so they're probably out of field goal range. Willie Casey, the right guard, is back up. Got that leg stretched out, and he'll jog off towards the Hinds sideline. And it's 3rd down and 20 coming up for the Eagles, so the offense will stay on the field. 3rd and 20. From the 37, Donahue drops back. Now has to scramble right side. Throws on the run, out of bounds, and incomplete. Good pressure applied there by Oral Gray. And it is 4th down, and it looks like they're going to send a kicking unit onto the field. Salter, the punter, is going to come out to try to pin him really, really deep.
It's not a bad idea necessarily because Salter's done a nice job with his placement tonight. So this could be a benefit. But if it ends up being a touchback, that'll be frustrating for the Hinds.
Salter kicks it away from near the midfield stripe. End over end. It's going to bounce and just die at the 3-yard line. There's what the rain will do for you after a couple hours this evening, right? I mean, this turf is as hard as it has been all summer long. That bounces into the end zone. But after about 2 or 3 hours of sprinkling rain, it just smushed right into the Gene Murphy Field turf. And what a great punt by Salter.
Yeah, absolutely. And I eat my words a little bit. I didn't love that call, and I think you could tell in my voice. But Salter, that's a great job and a really good decision by this coaching staff. They know that field is wet. They know the punt's going to sink in. So props to them. That's a great call.
And almost probably be divot out there where that football landed on the turf. So they're inside the 5-yard line. The Indians are 1st and 10. From the 3, Davis from his own end zone passes right side down the sideline. The receiver goes, and it is a completed pass. And let's see how many yards they give him after the catch. They're going to give him about 7, so 2nd down 3 coming up. That's been their money play all night long.
Yeah,
sideline, right side.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been the go-to for this offense, and Hinds blitzed almost everyone there. So he does a nice job getting that ball to the outside receiver, and that's a really strong gain to start from your own end zone.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Itawamba 10, Hinds 7. Beautiful shot overhead at Joe Renfro Stadium here in Raymond. Reed Vance, Charlie Rook with you for the 2024 season opener. Eagles at home down by 3 as we head to the final period of play. I do like that the Eagles seem to have found some offensive momentum through the passing game. Not everything has been on target, but they're taking their shots because the run game just has not been there here tonight. And this is a team last year that relied so much on the running game, but only scored 11 points per ball game. So they know they gotta have a more balanced offense, and they're kind of letting Donahue loose, I think, a little bit here in this 3rd quarter and into the 4th.
Yeah, 100%. I would say in this game, if you're a fan, you're pretty happy because you're right in it with a team that beat you by 12 last year, and you're passing the ball so much more. I mean, it's a Hinds offense that's been almost completely revamped. And so you want to be a dual threat attack because right now they're relying much more on the passing game just because the running hasn't been there tonight. And they're not doing a bad job at all.
2nd down as we start the 4th quarter. 2nd and 3 for Itawamba as they switch ends the field. The line of scrimmage is the 10. Davis is going to hand it off to the running back with a big hole, and he's loose into the secondary to the 35, 40, near sideline 50. Inside Hinds territory and out of bounds around the 45-yard line. Nice running play with a big hole up the middle. Big gainer for Jalen Foster.
Yeah, Jalen Foster, 5'11", 200 pounds. He got going at 200 pounds. That's a huge run from him and a bit of a killer if you're the Eagles.
Ran out of bounds the 46 of Hinds, so that's where the Indians will have it. 1st and 10. 3 receivers bunched up to the right side, 1 to the far left. Foster stays in at running back after that long play. Ty Davis, the quarterback, fakes it to him, throws right side, pass caught. Block is there, down to the 36-yard line. And a flag comes down as the receiver, Chris Reed, runs out of bounds. I said the block was there. It may have been a hold. And that is the initial indication.
It's funny, he got called for a hold, but did actually get knocked down on that play. If I'm looking at the right guy.
I think you're right. Ten-yard penalty, and it'll be 1st and 20. Back to the Hinds 44. First down 20 from the Hinds 44-yard line. Davis takes the snap, hands it off. They'll run between the tackles, and a good job there by the Hinds defensive lineman to get off his block and make the tackle in a hurry. That's T.J. Grant. Came in as a defensive replacement in the third quarter and stays in there and makes a very nice play.
Yeah, that penalty's now put you in a really good spot. 1st and 20 it makes it really tough for ITAWAMBA to work with. So if you're Hinds, just stay disciplined, no big plays, and you can get out of here with a punt and get your offense back on the field.
I believe Grant is still in there replacing Deverick Woods. I'm not sure, but he made a nice play there. 2nd and 17, long pass play and a dangerous pass play. Receiver makes the catch, and then Clendenin gets him down to the ground in a hurry at the 45. That ball hung up there a long time.
Yeah, they try and do that swing pass they've been doing all night, but it was just much longer than how they normally play it. They normally play it on either the right or left hash, so it's a shorter ball, but this one stayed up in the air for what felt like forever.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Clendenin there, too, because sometimes you see it hang up there. The instinct is to go for the football, and you miss the football, and the ball goes through and is caught, and then you're smoked. But a good job there by Clendenin to go after the tackle. And it's 3rd and 18 for the Indians. Line to gain is the opposite 36. As we've got a penalty marker against the Indians before the play can begin. False start against ITAWAMBA. They'll back them up some more. New line of scrimmage will be the 42, and it's 3rd and 25.
Yep, so now if you're the Eagles here, just sit back in your zone, just stay disciplined, and you'll be getting the ball back.
Officially 3rd and 23, line of scrimmage, the 41. Davis takes the snap, quick drop, looking to pass far sideline, and somebody ran a wrong route there. It goes incomplete. Only man there near the play was the Eagle defender, Gavin Drones. And it's 4th down, and the Indians will have to punt the football away.
Nice bounce back there for the Eagles after allowing a huge run play. So ITAWAMBA kind of shot themselves in the foot. Huge run, huge penalty. And so now Hinds are going to end up getting the ball back.
Devontae Wallace stands back at the 25 to take this punt. And we've got a whistle and a penalty marker comes in. The play clock had gone down to about 2 seconds. There was some late movement, maybe even a late substitution. Okay, there you go. The snap before the official was ready. The official saw some late subs, and he went and covered up the football, and the Indians snapped it anyway. So the penalty is against ITAWAMBA for snapping the football before the official was ready. 4th down, and about 28 here, if not a little longer for the Indians. Wallace moves up to the 30 to take the kick. Takes it at the 32, going to try to return it. And that was a mistake as he's wrapped up at the 28, losing 4 yards on the return.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to catch him off guard there. I'm sure they're expecting a fair catch there, but, I mean, fair play at ITAWAMBA. They didn't see it. They made a clean hit.
Halftime, Pearl River Northwest tied at 17. Gulf Coast leading East Mississippi 7-6 early second. Holmes and Southwest tied at 14 as they start the second half. East Central leading Northeast 20-14 early fourth. Colin and Coahoma says here still in a weather delay in the first. First and 10 for the Eagles. They trail it 10-7 with 11:58 to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles will start at their own 28-yard line. And it's Donahue at quarterback rolling out to the near side. Going to run out of bounds around the 32.
Let's hear Donahue on the carry for the Eagles.
So scramble nets him 3 to 4 yards. Second down, we'll say a long 6.
Yeah, and I think he wanted to play that ball to his receiver who was right in front of him, but he does actually a nice job hanging on to it because if he'd have let it go when he wanted to, I think it might have been a forward pass.
Is there a penalty marker on the play? Looks like there is. I don't see the flag on the turf. Holding against ITAWAMBA. They were covering a receiver up too tight, so the Eagles will take that penalty.
Result of the penalty, another Eagles first down.
That gives Hinds a first down, and the line of scrimmage will become the 38. So first and 10 from there for the Eagles. Donahue with a quick throw right side, and that's a tough catch that's made by Pollard on the far sideline.
Yeah, Pollard does a nice job hanging on that ball because he's got to rise up for that one and then immediately gets hit while in the air. So he also does a nice job keeping his feet down.
He also comes over the near sideline with his left arm hanging right down. So I don't know if he landed on it awkwardly or not, but that's not a good sign. 6-yard pickup on the catch by Pollard, 2nd and 4. Running play for the Eagles, and there's a first down on the run. That's Bradley on the carry.
Replay's going if you want it.
The Eagles' secondary is just looking at the official and saying, hey, there was a penalty of some sort there, but their secondary man, Jordan Johnson, was really giving the official the business. Running play again for Bradley to the far side of the formation, gets him nothing.
Yeah, the Eagles finally found a bit of success on the run, and they want to go right back to it, but immediately swallowed up again.
And there's an Indians player slow to get up. Timeout on the field, 10:28 to play in the fourth. 10-7 Indians is the score. Another leg cramp issue, it appears, this time for one of the ITAWAMBA players. I believe I saw Terrell Pollard, go into the tent over on the near sideline where they are going to take a look at him. Again, he came off after making that catch. He hit the turf hard and came off and had that left arm just dangling right by his side, not swinging any as he came off. He wasn't holding it. And I think they're taking a look at him in the tent. Tony Lucius is the injured Indian, but he's got that leg stretched out, so he'll go over to the far sideline and sit out at least to play. 10-7 Indians, 10:28 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Okay, about to come off.
Line of scrimmage is the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line. 2nd down 10 for Hinds. Trailing by 3. Donahue takes the snap, quick toss. Overshot his intended receiver, Jamonte Wallace, out of the backfield. It's 3rd and 10 coming up.
And I'm watching Donahue just kind of wipe his hand off. I think that ball slipped out very early on, which is why it went so high in the air.
Pollard comes out of the tent and he's shaking his left arm. That's a good sign. And he's got his helmet on, so that's an even better sign. Shaking really his hand, his wrist. 3rd and 10. Donahue. And a screen over the middle is caught at the 45, and a scramble gets a first down to the 39-yard line. That's Luke Boland, freshman out of Fayette, Jefferson County High School. Big first down pickup.
That's nice because he catches that ball before the first down marker. He's able to cut back inside, beat one defender, and before he eventually goes down.
So down to the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for Hinds. They trail it 10-7 here in the fourth quarter. Running play for Bradley straight ahead out to the 37. So 2nd down, 8 coming up after a 2-yard gain for the Eagles.
And I think the Hinds running play is finding a bit more success when they're able to play fast.
2nd down, 8. Donahue steps back, fires over the middle. Pass is caught at the 25-yard line. Big first down pickup, and bumbling down to the 11-yard line goes T.D. Vaughn out of Nesbitt, Mississippi. And the Eagles are in the red zone with a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, T.D. Vaughn standing at 6'4". He's a tough man to take down.
Donahue on a handoff coming near side. That's Bradley breaking a tackle. Bradley scores. Touchdown, Eagles. They take the lead with 9 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. A penalty marker is down. And let's see if this is coming back. The officials conferring with each other. And the referee will give us the indication as to whether or not this touchdown is going to stand or not. It will not. Holding against the Eagles. Oh, that's brutal.
Such a shame for the Eagles. I just mentioned it a second ago. The run game is working when they're able to play fast. That's exactly what they do, and it was the best run probably of the night for Hinds. And just so unfortunate to get called with a hold there.
But it is still first down. 1st and 15 as the line of scrimmage becomes the 18. Donahue flushed out. He's going to run with it to the 20-15 and out of bounds. He goes around the 14-yard line. Yeah, they got a little momentum. I'm with you. The faster the tempo, I'm just kind of getting it going now.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the run is starting to look the best. And I love that play from Donahue. There's nothing doing. Why mess around, wait for someone to get open? Get that ball tucked and run with it.
2nd down, 11 after a gain of 4 on that play. Donahue steps back, looking to throw. Now he rolls out. He's got some room to run, looking to throw on the run. And he finally lets it loose. And is it intercepted on the far sideline? It is, what's the indication?
I think he
intercepted it in the end zone is what they're saying, and it is a touchback. Oh, my goodness. An interception in the end zone. Oh. And the Eagles turn it over.
That's heartbreaking because he just needs to throw that ball away.
Yep.
He tries to make a play happen, and, I mean, give credit to the ITAWAMBA player because that is a great interception. He's got to rise for that ball, and he's got to keep his feet in bounds. That's a great pick, and so unfortunate for Hinds.
And all that momentum stops on a dime for the Eagles, but plenty of time remaining. 8:20 to play in the fourth quarter. It's ITAWAMBA 10, Hinds 7. And with the touchback after the interception of the end zone, the Indians take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, and the running play nets them 1 yard.
This is now a really important defensive possession because the 4 and out would probably give Hinds some momentum back. You want that offense back on the field immediately because they were starting to feel hot, and I'm sure they're not going to want to cool off too much. So get them back on the field as soon as you can.
2nd down 9 for the Indians from their own 21. Man in motion goes to the far side. They'll fake the run, pass far side. It is caught. And the running back gets forward progress out to about the 25-yard line. So 3rd down and about 5 coming up here for ITAWAMBA. Clock rolls. We're coming up on 7 minutes to play in the ball game. 10-7, Indians the score. Hinds has 3 timeouts remaining. ITAWAMBA has 2. And the Indians taking their time, play clock at 10. 3rd down 5. Line to gain is the 31. Man in motion to the near side. Davis takes the snap, hands it off. Turn of the corner on the far side. That's Jalen Sultan. He's got the first down pickup. Out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And the clock will continue to run.
Yeah, now this is when the clock starts to become a factor, because if Itawamba can continue to run the ball up the field slowly but surely, they're going to drain this clock down, and it's going to be very tough for the Eagles to go get the ball back and get a score.
1st and 10 for Itawamba at the 35-yard line officially as we roll up on the 6-minute mark of the 4th quarter. And they're going to run the ball again, this time between the tackles. And this time they get a nice surge out to the 43. So that's about a 8-yard gain on first down, 2nd down and 2. This HINDS defensive line, whatever early season strength they've got left in them, they need it on this drive. If you're the Indians, however, keep it on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
Yeah, I would not anticipate the Indians to go to the air here at all on this drive.
2nd down 2 as we come at 5.5 to play in the 4th quarter. And Davis is going to hand it off. And it's going to be a first down pickup along the far sideline as Jalen Sultan had good hesitation. And we got a penalty marker in the backfield. Sultan with a stutter step got him enough room to get free, but maybe he had a little help. Hold against the Indians. The HINDS Eagles will take that.
Yeah, that's a huge play there for the Eagles. That's really important. That could become a factor that is able to get them the ball back much sooner than what they would have hoped.
Well, it stops the clock at 5:16 to play in the ball game. And now, instead of a first down pickup, it's 2nd down 12 for Itawamba. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Davis gets the play call from the sideline. Clock is rolling after the spot of the football, so we're at the 5-minute mark now. And Davis is going to hand it off, and good pursuit there for the Eagles as they stop the running back after a gain of only a yard or 2. That is Quintarius McCrary III on the tackle. I beg your pardon, that's 58, not 50. Jabari Booth on the tackle, a freshman out of seminary. 1-yard gain, 3rd down, 11.
Yep, now no penalties here if you're HINDS. Just stay disciplined, and you get the ball back with 3 timeouts with about 4 minutes remaining, I think is what it's probably going to be.
Yeah, no penalties and no big plays given up. 3rd down, 11. Again, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Davis takes the snap, quick drop, looking to throw over the middle, pass incomplete through the hands on a leaping attempt of the intended receiver, Zay Davis. It is 4th down, and the Indians will punt the football away, and the Eagles are going to get it back with about 4 minutes to move the ball down the field and tie or maybe take the lead.
Yeah, at least now the Eagles have given themselves a chance to at least tie or get back into this one. I would imagine this is going to be their last go at it offensively.
Jamonte Wallace stands back at the 30-yard line to take this kick on 4th down. End over end, Wallace from the 30. This is returnable. Penalty flag comes in. He's at the 40. Another penalty flag. 2, 3 come in. And he's all the way towards midfield on the near sideline. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4 different penalty markers on the turf.
Still want it now, or?
No, won't wait.
The official's going to sort out all of this dirty laundry. With 3:58 to play in the 4th, it's 10-7 Itawamba.
I'm going to go ahead and take it on the stream just because the camera's not on a great shot.
I think we've got at least 2 penalties here. I think the first penalty, which was thrown near the Hinds sideline, is one infraction, and then 3 other officials saw the second infraction and all threw their flags. They're pointing back at the 30-yard line, which is about where he took the kick. Referee's pointing this way, then he's going to point the other way, and the other guy is going to point another way. A lot of pointing going on out there. 2 fouls, both against Hinds. Holding. That's declined. Block in the back against Hinds. That's going to be accepted. Now the Eagles just making it a little tougher on themselves from the point of the return. They're going to mark it 10 yards back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's just something you can't do right now. You got less than 4 minutes left to go in the game, and there was a really nice return off that punt, but you just put yourself in a hole now, and so you got to drive the ball 80 yards in 4 minutes.
Well, the good news is the tempo offense, the Eagles have benefited from that a little bit, and it does look like that Jabari Watson is in the game at quarterback now for the Eagles. He has not played in the second half, and we got movement on the line against the Eagles.
And another frustrating call for the Eagles, and I'm sure Watson's furious. He gets into the game, immediately has to deal with several penalties, and he's got to drive the ball 85 yards now. And it's an interesting switch at quarterback because I like the idea of switching them in the first half, but
yeah, this is different though. Donahue's on the sideline. He's got his helmet in his hand, but Watson's in the game. Watson's going to scramble. The defensive man slipped down, and Watson's going to wind up getting all the way back to the 23-yard line. His pursuit man just kind of slipped down to the backfield, didn't get a good shot at him.
Yeah, and I don't know if maybe Watson's come into the game to do just that.
Just that, yeah. All right, 2nd down, 6 after a scramble of some 9 yards by Watson. Clock rolls at 3.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Watson steps back, looking to throw, and he's sacked back at the 15-yard line. The Eagles have all 3 timeouts remaining. They will not take one here, but they need to get this play away with some alacrity. As we are at 3:16 and counting now to play in the fourth quarter, the Eagles a long way to go and a short time to get there. It's 10-7 Indians. Line of scrimmage is the 16. 3rd down, 14. 3 receivers right to the left. Watson swallowed up back at the 5-yard line. Never had a chance. Never had a chance. Indians pursuit led by Jalen Blakely out of Batesville, Mississippi. And just like that, it's 4th down, and the Eagles have to punt the football away.
Yeah, you have to punt the ball away. You're going to have to use your 3 timeouts now on this drive and just hope your defense can put up one more stand. The idea to play Watson, because I think that's what they were trying to do, is bring him in to scramble. But that makes it difficult because the Indians immediately are going to bring a blitz. And because they know that's what Watson wants to do on the scramble. And so it just makes it so much harder for him to evade all of that. So it's an interesting switch at quarterback.
Yeah, and Donahue had really found some rhythm as the punt out of the end zone is going to bounce near the 40 and roll out of bounds the 42-yard line. And now with 2:05 to play here in the fourth quarter, ITAWAMBA is going to get the football leading 10-7. And we'll see, if this score holds up, this is going to be one of those games perhaps later in the year. Hinds looks back and says, we had a real shot at this one late. The interception in the end zone gave ITAWAMBA the ball back on their last drive, and this most recent drive goes backwards after a penalty and a couple of sacks.
Yeah, you'd be really frustrated if this is the game that sets the tone of the season. Just a couple plays, we could have gotten the job done, and we don't, but it may be a lesson learned if they do end up losing this one.
All right, 1st and 10 for ITAWAMBA from the 43-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. ITAWAMBA 10, Hinds 7. We'll take a timeout. Back for the final 2 minutes when Hinds football continues in a moment.
For For more than 40 years, the HINDS Meat Market has provided select, choice, and prime meats to our local community. Pick up some ribeye steaks hand-cut by students in our meat merchandising program, or Hiney Ho smoked sausage you can only find here. The market offers beef, pork, chicken, and catfish. We also carry sides, desserts, and Doc's Gourmet seasoning. Visit the HINDS Meat Market in Porter Hall on the Raymond campus of Hinds Community College, or give us a call at 601-857-3721.
Elite Physical Therapy wishes all the players a healthy and successful football championship season. Elite is proud to serve the local communities with multiple locations providing secure outpatient therapy and sports medicine services. Our centers specialize in post-op rehabilitation, manual therapy, concussion management, and orthopedics, providing patients convenient scheduling and access to care within 24 hours. If you suffer from an injury, visit myelitept.com to find a center near you. That's myelitept.com. Elite Physical Therapy, proud to serve the state of Mississippi.
2 minutes to play in the ball game. Itawamba 10, Hinds 7. Itawamba with a second down 9 at the Hinds 42-yard line, and movement along the line of scrimmage, and the penalty markers fly. It's going to be offsides against the Eagles.
Yeah, and I think the word of the day for Hinds has just been discipline, or lack of, just all of the penalty yards stacked up. We've seen a lot of drives end because of it. We've seen a lot of Itawamba drives thrive because of it. And so it's just important plays like these where you're just giving yourself a disadvantage.
Second down 4 for the Indians. The Eagles want a chance. They need to stop them from getting a first down on this drive, but they can't. Running play across the 30 and down to the 27-yard line for Michael Allen. That's a first down pickup. The Eagles do have 3 timeouts remaining, however, and they're going to take one here, I think. Well, the play is stopped, but it's not a timeout. I think there's an Indian that is injured on the play, so they'll pause the clock to take a look at the injured Itawamba player.
Yeah,
So
McCroy stuck him there.
Yeah. And that's a bit of a break for Hinds. They don't have to use a timeout right there.
Yeah, and you just saw him walk over and try and fire up that sideline, but that was a hard hit. And we've gotta hope he's okay.
Was on his knees, and now he's turned over laying down on his back. This is not a cramp. This is the hard hit you were talking about. Training staff looking at the injured Itawamba player. It is Allen, the running back. And he's shown a lot of promise tonight for Itawamba. Tough man to bring down.
Yeah, if you're Itawamba, you got to be really excited about that running back room. They've shown a lot of flair tonight. 3 really solid guys, Allen being one of them.
He's going to head towards the Itawamba sideline on the other side of the field. His night is probably done. He does not have his helmet in hand. So now Hinds is going to take a timeout after the timeout for the injury. We'll take a quick break. 1:53 to play. 10-7 Itawamba. We'll be back in just a moment.
I wanted to go into nursing because I really enjoy helping people. I love everything about nursing, and I initially wanted to do this years ago. So I'm actually coming back to, fulfill a career that I'm really passionate about. HINDS is absolutely wonderful. Your teachers are passionate, and you can tell they love what they do, and it really makes everything just come together and enjoyable.
A minute 53 to play in the fourth quarter. Itawamba 10, Hinds 7. Itawamba just picked up a first down. Hinds did take the timeout, so they'll have two timeouts remaining. Jalen Foster comes in to replace Michael Allen in running back for Itawamba. As they will go to everybody in tight formation. Foster gets the call. He is stuck hard back at the 31-yard line. Nice job there by Deverick Woods. And Hinds will take its second timeout.
Yeah, probably best case scenario there for Hinds. Get him hit in the backfield, take your timeout, about 3 seconds off the clock.
Taking the drone.
Opportunities late in this game for Hinds, but they were not able to capitalize on them, and they trail by 3. The Eagles next week back at home for a big matchup against East Mississippi Community College. Kickoff 6:30. We'll be with you at 6:15. East Mississippi tonight, last check in their game against Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Was late first half, 14-7 Gulf Coast, but I'm sure they're well into the second half by now. Itawamba next week will host Pearl River next Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
He coming back.
Pearl River in the third quarter tonight, trailing Northwest 20-17. Other scores, Colin leads Coahoma late first 20-0. Holmes leads Southwest 20-17. They're in the third quarter. Jones leading Delta 27-3 mid-third quarter. And one final already to report tonight, and that's East Central defeating Northeast 23-14.
Timeout for the drone placement.
A little bit of a delay here. The drone that's giving us some shots was apparently too low to the field for the officials' taste. So it's pretty high now. And the handoff goes down to the 20-yard line. Sultan on the carry. And it's going to be a first down. Hinds will have one more timeout if they want to use it. And they will.
Yeah, and I think you have to there, but I think at this point it might be too little too late for Hinds. I think they can run one play here maybe, and they might just be able to needle this one out. Even so, if you've got a chance to score a touchdown, go ahead and go in, but don't force yourself in. Just stay in bounds. Keep the clock running if you're Itawamba.
The only score in this ball game for the Eagles came back in the first quarter, late in the first. Donahue to Wallace, a 37-yard touchdown catch. And that was on a scramble by Donahue. That made it 7-0. Itawamba tied it up. Early in the second, Davis to Mosley, 30-yard touchdown reception. 7-7. And then after an Itawamba interception, a 19-yard field goal by Eloy Burasiaga
Coming back to the field.
made it 10-7. That was the halftime score. That's where we are now. Again, the Eagles had a touchdown run, I say, called back. They had a pass into the end zone that was intercepted. And Itawamba now a play or two away from walking out of Raymond with a win. Davis takes it himself on the end around, does not pick up the first down. It'll be fourth down. But the Eagles can't stop the clock, and so the Indians can take it down to about 55 seconds before they have to do anything with it. They're in field goal range if they wanted to try to kick it, but that's a dangerous proposition when the lead is only 3. Any kind of mistake, the Eagles could take major advantage of it. You don't want to have that happen.
Yeah, I think at this point in the game for the Indians, the smart play here is probably just to run the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right. Run it between the tackles. That's where they've had success tonight. They will call timeout with the clock at 53 seconds to play in the game. And then they'll have a 4th and 3 coming up. I'm with you. Run the ball. You pick up 3 yards, the game is over. If you don't pick up the first down, the Eagles have a long way to go with no timeouts remaining.
Yeah, definitely, in my opinion, the most sensible thing to do here. Not mess around with any sort of a chance on a field goal. So, yeah, pick up 3, game ends. If not, they've got to drive 80 yards. And, you know, the lone score tonight, your defense has been doing a great job. It would take a small miracle.
All right, here come the Indians back out on the field. They're looking at 4th down 3 from the HINDS 20-yard line. Jalen Sultan is the running back to the left of Davis, the quarterback, and Davis is going to roll out. He's going to throw, and that pass is caught, and out of bounds goes the receiver, and that should do it. That's a dangerous play, though, isn't it? I mean, you get that defensive back step in front of that pass, he could be running down the far sideline still.
That's a very questionable play call. I mean, catch him off guard. I'm sure they weren't expecting that, and that's why it works. But like, that is certainly a dangerous play. But hey,
it gets them the first down, and we'll get them a win.
Yeah, walk out of here with the game.
Yeah, Indians going to line up in the victory formation. They'll snap it once, and they will have to snap it one more time. And that will do it for this evening's football game.
Yeah. Story of this game, just a series of unfortunate events for the Eagles, and that is they will certainly be looking back at this one late in the fall.
So ITAWAMBA, which beat HINDS last year 26-14 here in Raymond, comes in again here this season and starts 2024 with a victory over the Eagles. 10-7 is the final score. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll wrap it all up. Eagles football will continue in a moment.
For more than 40 years, the HINDS Meat Market has provided select, choice, and prime meats to our local community. Pick up some ribeye steaks hand-cut by students in our meat merchandising program or Honey Ho smoke sausage you can only find here. The market offers beef, pork, chicken, and catfish. We also carry sides, desserts, and Doc's Gourmet seasoning. Visit the HINDS Meat Market in Porter Hall on the Raymond campus of HINDS Community College or give us a call at 601-857-3721.
Mississippians love football, and our high schools throughout Mississippi stay connected with their students, parents, and community by live streaming events, including football through WSN Live. WSN Live provides your school with everything you need for professional and seamless live streams that are easy for students to run. And your fans can watch online from anywhere on any device. With WSN Live, your school gets the right gear, a rock-solid network, and game-time tech support. Learn more at WSNLive.com.
Itawamba with the win, 10-7 of the Hinds Eagles. And Stephen joins us now. And what about these final stats?
All right. The only other score for the second half came at the 8:05 mark when Itawamba's Eli Burciaga added a 19-yard field goal.